Welcome back to Derailed. I'm your host, JJ Lahey, here with Jake Schyvinck. Jake, we know what the Super Bowl is going to be. How are you feeling about it?
Great, man. Bears and Eagles aren't in, which is what I said at the beginning. So we're chilling. We're chilling.
Yeah, Eagles 49ers, like everybody. Everybody we don't. Except for...
we is a strong word, but yes.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's like what Poe Dameron said in the worst Star Wars movie of all time. Somehow, Palpatine returned. Took 5 years, but the Patriots are back in the Super Bowl again. I hate the Patriots. I've always hated the Patriots. They've been more fun since Tom's been gone, since Bill's been gone. Sure. I really like Mike Vrabel a lot. So it's been fun, like this new breed of the Patriots. I'm definitely rooting for the Seahawks in this one. It's been a few years since the Seahawks have given me reason to hate them. You know, first of all, they haven't beaten us in forever. And also, most of the players that I didn't like on the Seahawks are gone. Well, all of them, they're all gone. It's a brand new era of Patriots and Seahawks. So we're getting this rematch again. I will just say, and I'm maybe stand alone in this, a lot of people were really sick of the Chiefs, and just like
look what happened.
We need to be freed from the Chiefs. I'm like, you guys are not grateful enough.
Look what happened.
That the Patriots are dead. Like I'm just not there yet on the Chiefs. I'm not tired of the Chiefs yet. I'm not sick of them. Like I'm just not there.
I will say,
because I'm still just so grateful to be freed from the Patriots, and now they're back. Now the Patriots are back. So.
It is funny to look at the last 10 Super Bowls. 3 AFC teams in the last 10 Super Bowls. You're welcome, Earth. Love that one Bengals run. Other than that, it's been Patriots or Chiefs, man. That's something.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it really is something.
It's not just the last 10 because you go here. The crazy thing is, the stat I saw was you have to go back to the 2011 AFC Championship game to find the last time that the AFC Championship game did not feature either the Chiefs or the Patriots. It's just been this.
Yep.
It's a little bit. How about this? To make a college football comparison, it's a little bit like the SEC and the Big Ten. Okay, Big Ten has won the Natty the last 3 years in a row.
That's true.
And it's been a different winner each time. And you go back and you look at the SEC, and it's got a reputation for a long time of being just this dominant conference. But it's like mostly just Saban, right? And then, sometimes LSU jumps up there, and then like Georgia got really good for a stretch there.
One-offs.
But like it's mostly the reputation that the SEC has is actually just Saban's success. It's like, oh man, look what the SEC does year after year after year. They're so, tough from top to bottom. It's Saban. It's been Saban. And like, not that the Big Ten has been competitive on the same level for that duration. But like, you look at the modern Big Ten, where there's kind of a bunch of different teams that could jump up and be like the team in the Big Ten. All right. Like a lot of people came in the 2025 season thinking that Penn State was going to win it all. Right. They were heavy favorites, depending on who you asked. Maybe you and I didn't buy into Penn State so much, but certainly among college media, there's a lot of people who thought that Penn State was going to be crazy good. So I think that you look at the NFC and the AFC, like it's been just kind of a 2-pony show here in the AFC for a very long time.
Yep.
And like before the Chiefs were everything, okay, you had a period where like, Steelers and Colts were kind of good for a while, but it's mostly just been the Patriots and then like one other team.
Yep.
NFC is like kind of sending different teams all the time, and we sent the freaking Panthers to the Super Bowl. Come on now.
We did send the Panthers to the Super Bowl.
Some say that maybe that was a mistake. That was not a very good Super Bowl to watch. But
that was great. It was a great time.
Are you expecting a great game or an average game here from Seahawks and Patriots. Because I will say, I think by the time the Broncos were eliminated on Sunday, we had gotten down to only the 3 best teams were standing still. Like there was nobody else aside from the Rams, Seahawks, and Patriots who I felt like, oh yeah, so-and-so was also really good. They just got eliminated earlier. It was like, no, it's the 3 best teams standing.
I don't think they're the 3rd best team is probably the most interesting discussion, at least in my opinion. I think the best 2 teams played in the late Sunday window.
Yep, absolutely.
And so and man,
and the better team won.
You talk about a game delivering pretty much exactly what you wanted. That trilogy, I'm going to be watching that quite a bit this offseason.
What do you mean by the trilogy?
The Seahawks-Rams trilogy, of course.
Okay, yeah.
That's one of my. We were talking about trilogies, and you know what? That might need to make the tier list. Honestly, when we talk about that at some point, for trilogy tier list, that was pretty freaking good. And you talk about
the Bears and Packers also played 3 times this year. Were there any other triple matchups?
Seahawks Niners did play 3 times as well. I think that's it, though.
Which was less interesting than the other 2.
Correct. Because
I don't think there were any. There were no matchups in the AFC.
No.
So, yeah, huh?
Right.
That's it. All right. I was hoping there was going to be an interesting conversation there to rank the trilogies, but I feel like it's pretty cut and dry.
We were decently close to Bills Patriots. That was probably the closest I think we got to a 4th one, right? Yeah.
Except for the Patriots stink.
Yeah.
And have now imploded. And so now we have Bobby Babich.
The Bills, you mean? You said
did I say the
Patriots? Yeah.
No, the Bills stink. The Bills stink. The Bills have imploded.
Nostradamus.
The team that is still in the Super Bowl does not stink. They're
good to implode. That went
from 3-14 to Super Bowl in 1 year. They don't stink. The Bills stink.
They don't stink, but the Patriots have found some. The Patriots have found
that you
a little
were a
bit
Bills
of their
fan
moxie.
right now. Are you envious of Bills fans right now, or is their situation stinky?
Am I envious of Bills fans? Their owner's interesting. He's an interesting.
Do you think
guy.
Bills fans are having a good time right now?
Probably not. I imagine they would not be.
Because let's be honest, we can't just say only the Seahawks and Patriots are having a good time. There's a lot of fan bases that are having a good time. Bears those fans are having a blast right now.
Yeah,
they are riding high.
Jags
have got to be feeling super good. I would say not the Steelers fans so much. They're not too geeked about this hire, but Giants fans. I think Giants fans are feeling exciting.
Probably for the first time in a long time since they've been, I believe they said eliminated 8 out of 10 times, 8 of the last 10 years at around Thanksgiving. They've been eliminated, which is outrageous. And yeah, so I feel like they're probably
Giants do not get nearly enough criticism for how awful they are.
Yes, that is true.
Ravens fans, I think they're having a good time right now. How could you not be excited about Jesse Minter and that staff he's putting together?
Yeah, I think did they confirm Ledford is their O-line coach? There was talk about that happening. I don't remember if
I didn't see a confirmation yet.
But if that does happen, my goodness, he did a great job in Atlanta. They're walking all pros down there, guys getting massive second contracts, all of that. So, man, I mean, I think maybe if a Ravens fan, you were maybe waiting on one of these guys from LA or Seattle, perhaps. Maybe you want to wait on Kubiak, but man, and I know there's some credence to waiting, right? The Niners waited for Shanahan until the Super Bowl, but you got to feel pretty good with Minter, and I think what he's going to do. Yeah, I'd be excited.
Bills fans, though,
probably
not having a good time.
Excited.
They're not pretty happy.
Who else? Eagles fans never having a good time. That's for sure.
Do you? So there's a lot of chatter right now about nobody wants to go be the OC in Philly because they don't want to work with Sirianni. Do you buy that? I'm not sure I buy it.
Maybe 20% buying it, but I don't think I don't think like that's why nobody's going there. Yeah, I feel like there's probably more going on there. Like, because now there's people talking. We'll see. There's just, I think, we might be just seeing a lot of like quote unquote reports about Philly and what's happening there that probably are overblown. We'll see. We've got the AJ Brown stuff kind of starting to pop up again of like, oh, is he going to be traded? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I think it is a little weird for some guys to be passing on it. Like, like Daboll passing on it is interesting for Tennessee. Like, okay, yeah, I get it. Maybe young quarterback and maybe he likes, working with Saleh more, and that's why. But there's still star power on the Eagles that, you could, like, because I feel like people think, like, when you think Eagles offense right now, you think stale, unimaginative, right? Just kind of trying to win ISO ball. Like, if you get that thing humming again, that's a massive, like, maybe not as massive as turning around some maybe poorer stacked offenses in terms of talent. But if you get them out of the rut that they've been in, kind of where, like, it's an unimaginative offense, and you have them humming again, I think that's going to, be a massive point in your favor for another head coaching job if you want one. And so to see someone like Daboll passing it, that's, maybe a little more concerning and would maybe get me maybe slightly on board, like a tiptoe on board, right? That 20% of like maybe doesn't want to work there. But again, it could just be other opportunities that people would want, right? Like if you're McDaniel, would you maybe like that? Perhaps, but Chargers pretty good offer too, right? And so I don't know if I'm completely buying in. So
it feels like this is the year where
totally.
there's just like a shocking amount of openings, both head coach and coordinator, that it feels like nobody wants. And like, there's a couple of them that I think make a lot of sense. Right. The Cardinals and the Browns, it's kind of easy, especially the Browns. It's easy to see why they're having a hard time filling the head coaching vacancy.
Yeah.
The craziest thing I saw. So Jacina Anderson tweeted,
is this
one leak. It is. One league source just told me, in his opinion, the Browns should do something different. They should make Todd Monken and Jim Schwartz co-head coaches to assuage this conundrum. It's funny, I had an easier time saying assuage than coaches.
Yes.
Monken, co-head of offense, Schwartz, co-head of defense. Thoughts? I mean, first of all, I don't know if I've ever heard a dumber thing in my entire life.
You want engagement.
But if somebody
on Twitter,
did it,
that's how you do it.
If somebody did this, name one team you would expect to do it before the Browns.
I don't know. How senile is Jerry getting is really the question.
No, Jerry would make himself the head coach before he'd
that's
have
probably true.
Co-head coaches.
That's probably true. That's
the only other team I thought of was like maybe the Jets. Like the Jets, I think historically have been maybe that level of incompetent, but it's really, I think it's insulting to the Jets to suggest that they're really in that territory.
Probably not.
It's a Browns or bust dream. Speaking of dreams, Tyler Dershel, I had a dream. Policy was a guest on this podcast after they drafted Big Citrus in April. My question, which of those two things would be more exciting? Having Policy as a guest on this podcast or the Packers drafting Big Citrus?
Policy on the pod.
I think so too.
Policy on the pod, yeah. No disrespect to Big Citrus, of course.
Dominic Orange.
So. Wow. Chris N, what's going on, says, I really like Babbage. Maybe wants Babbage
Packers
as DC in 2027.
2027.
Where's Gannon going?
Yeah, here's what
did we not like?
Here's the thing. Like, Gannon is just not probably on a short list for head coaching hires soon, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying he will never be a head coach again, but I feel like it's not 1 year away. I think it's a couple years away at least.
Yeah. I would think so. I'm trying to go through my head like already next year who's going to be on the chopping block. And two names came to mind immediately.
Well,
Todd Bowles, and Aaron Glenn.
How about Todd Monken?
Well, and Monken's possible. Yeah, it could be a one and done. One and dones do happen. I mean,
how about whoever takes the
coaches
Raiders job?
I don't know, man. Mendoza, Genty, Bowers, offensive guy in there. Pay some offensive linemen. Maybe go get Linderbaum.
I'm not saying that the roster is awful. I'm just saying, like, reflective of
depending on who they hire, it could be a one and done.
Reflective of the Raiders and also how hard they are having a time finding a head coach.
I think they're doing the right thing right now. They're waiting for Kubiak, as they probably should be.
I would like to see that, frankly.
I think that would free Genty, free Bowers. Let's get this thing going.
There's been some guys interviewing for some head coaching positions.
Matt Nagy.
That are making me scratch my head.
Matt Nagy.
Dershel says Gannon will go to the Browns.
I don't know.
Gannon, co-head coach with Aaron Glenn. Glennon with Mike Glenn as quarterback.
Listen, the Browns.
Gannon and Glenn and
the Browns were almost out. They were like, the Browns were like Sisyphus, Baker Mayfield company. They're pushing the thing up the hill, and then like they traded for Deshaun Watson, and then I think they're going to have 100 years retribution for that.
Well,
and never be good. Well,
as I tweeted a couple days ago, it's absurd that the Browns, a historically horrifically bad organization with just a dumpster fire of a team, finally become good. And then they run the best GM, head coach, and quarterback that they've had in decades out of town.
Yep.
Willingly. I said the Detroit Lions should learn a lesson from that and not go, oh, we missed the playoffs this year, and maybe we don't have a good year in 2026 for whatever reason. Time for heads to start rolling. Remember who you are. Ask yourself, did you like going 3-14? Do you want to start going 3-14 again?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you couldn't possibly get anybody else good in there. All right. Because usually when the Lions stunk, it wasn't surprising and weird. It was, yeah, you hired a bunch of idiots to come in and do important jobs for your team. It's not very surprising that the results aren't panning out. And so, hey, look, you hire a good head coach, you hire a good GM, suddenly you have a good team. It's not that shocking. But also, remember who you've been. Don't get too big for your britches and say, oh, man. And I think back to, and it was the Lions, right? Who was it? It wasn't Jim Schwartz. It was, who was it? It was that Colts guy. Who was their head coach that they fired?
Caldwell.
Jim Caldwell. So they go, 9-7, 9-7, right? And then they fire him. And then in the next 3 years, I think, it took them 3 years to get back to get cumulative across those 3 years, the number of wins that they had the year they fired Caldwell.
Yeah.
Because they said, well, the standard here in Detroit is higher than 9-7. It doesn't have to be, man.
Yeah, they went. Yeah, so they went. Here we go. I have it. 11-5. Then they went 7-9 after starting 1-7. Then 2 9-7s.
That's when they fired him, and then
right
over the next, it took him 3 years to get to 9 total wins again.
Yeah.
So, Detroit Lions. I mean, I hate you, so please self-implode like the Browns do. Please, crater. But just saying, learn from the Browns. Learn from the Browns.
Yes.
Caldwell was a solid coach. It is interesting to me how, like, Detroit was such a like a death knell, right? That you coached in Detroit and like that was the end of your NFL head coaching career.
Yeah.
Like that was a thing for a while.
It's true. Which, yeah, I mean, Patricia, good example.
Yeah, so Patricia, this is the really interesting thing. So Patricia now suddenly, NFL outcast, suddenly finding a lot of success in college, right? He goes to college, goes to Columbus, defensive coordinator for the Buckeyes. And in a year when they lost like a ton of talent to the NFL draft, he's able to crank out the number one defense in the country. We'll see what they can do next year because they're going to be losing 4 first-round picks off that defense and see what he can do after that. But it is interesting that like his NFL career was like really cratering. His time, he goes to become the offensive coordinator for the Patriots for a minute, and then goes to Philly and takes over as an interim defensive coordinator for a pretty bad defense after Gannon left, and like then didn't have a job the next year. Like he was just out of the NFL for a year.
Yeah.
And so then, when the Buckeyes hired him to be their defensive coordinator, like Buckeye fans were not happy with that hire at all. And the biggest thing was mostly just like the stories. Columbus is not far from Detroit. Okay, a lot of Buckeye fans are Lions fans. So the stories that everybody was hearing about his time in Detroit and the poor relationships he was having with the players there, rubbed everybody the wrong way. So and like how much of that was just a young coach not knowing that he's not Bill Belichick and that he can't act like Bill Belichick, and how much of it is just like the Lions for a long time were just that kind of place that just did that to you.
Yeah.
Brought out the worst in you. I think it's a little column A, little column B.
For sure. No, it is.
So I have a voicemail I want to get to, Jake.
Okay. Voicemail.
Do you want to hear a voicemail?
Let's do it.
So this comes from Daniel from California. Daniel, for listening. Daniel sent in a picture of himself. This is the picture he wanted us to put on screen for him.
Okay.
He says because he's got fire in his gut.
All right.
I don't know if that's actually a photo of Daniel, but this is the picture he sent me and said, "Can you please put this on my screen when I call him?" So here's hopefully this comes through okay.
It's not really a question, but basically it's coming close to that time, the off-season time. My priorities is I actually would like to keep Elgton Jenkins and move him back to left guard. He wasn't a bad blocker, but I don't think the operation was as good of an operation at snapping as Sean Ryan. I'm not saying we keep Sean Ryan, but I just want a real center. Let's just keep Elgton. If we have to restructure, but keep him at left guard. I want to post June 1 Aaron Banks, and I want to post June 1 Rashan Gary. We've already cleared up Nate Hobbs' space. That's my priority. We got 8 picks in the draft, I think, projected. I'm not 100%. It's mostly 7-round picks, but I think we got 3 7s and then 2 through 6, basically, right? The normal picks. I just want to do what Goody did in the 2024 draft class, where they loaded up on our needs. He doubled up at linebacker, doubled up at safety because we had deficiencies there, and now that's the strength of our defense. I want to load up at interior defensive tackle. I want either the second-round pick or the third-round pick to be a defensive tackle, and then I want maybe a 5th or 6th to be defensive tackle. And then at corner, I want the 2nd or 3rd-round pick to be a corner, and then I want the 5th or 6th-round pick to be a corner. And whatever in between, I want it all to be interior offensive linemen. That's all I'm simple, Goody. That's what I want. So I want to know what your thoughts are about the salary cap management that I recommended. We'll probably find out soon if you guys don't get to it in time. But, yeah, that's all I got. Thanks, guys.
So thanks for your call, Daniel.
Yes.
And I think, so we got Daddy Zap in the comments here. I'm like 99% certain that this is Daniel from California. Pretty positive.
Makes sense.
Pretty sure because I seem to remember that we had a listener named Daniel Zapp. So I'm pretty positive this is who it was. Thank you for your call if that is you. Either way, Daniel, thanks for your call.
Yes.
So Elgton Jenkins, right now he is for which year is this? 26? Yeah, for 26, he has the fourth highest cap hit on the team for $24.3 million. It is Daddy Zapp. Thank you. So if they cut him pre-June 1, we got a $4.8 million dead cap. Not too bad at all. So I'm going to say I don't think we really even need to do a post-June 1. And it looks like it's due to the number of years he has left on there, which is just one. Post June 1 actually doesn't make a difference. So doesn't matter. Just cut him. So then the question would be, do you try and sign him back here after you cut him? And my immediate thought on that is we just have had a number of guys, and like Aaron Jones is one of the first ones that come to mind for me, who as soon as you tell them like, hey, sorry, you're not worth like what we had initially committed to you based on the way you played, they just get like really royally offended. I mean, like Aaron Jones, let's just say he decided he didn't like the Packers anymore. All right. I'm not going to say how I really feel, but he decided he no longer liked the Packers because of feeling insulted by what value they placed on him. Interestingly, he went then to Minnesota and played for like the same or maybe slightly less than what the Packers reportedly were offering him. So there's that. So if we were to offer Elgton Jenkins to then re-sign a new deal for less than 24.3, it's just not a lot of evidence to suggest that they'd be okay with that. So if we were to extend him, add more years, which I think he'd be more likely to accept, the problem you're running into is the math just doesn't work. Because let's say that you wanted to add 2 extra years and keep the same amount of money. Then he's playing 3 years for $8 million a year. And I'm not sure that a lot of us feel like he's really worth more than that at this point in his career, at his age. Do you want to pay him more than $8 million? It's like $8.3 million a year you'd be paying for him as he just continues to get older. So first of all, do you even want to pay $8.3 million to bring Elgton Jenkins back for each of the next 3 years with him continuing to get older? I think that's already a little bit of a dicey proposition at that point. But also, he would not agree to that. All right. If you're saying, hey, your contract currently says $24.3 million for 1 more year. How about you just add 2 extra years on there for free and, play 3 total years for that same amount of money? He's not going to sign that. So you're going to have to give him extra money. So if you're already at a point where you're saying 8.3 a year for the next 3 years for Elgton in his current state, is that actually worth it? Like, you're going to have to add probably at least enough money to where you're getting $12 million a year minimum for 3 years for him to sign on to this. So you're saying, okay, 24 for year 1. But what we're going to do is we're going to give you $12 million more to get you 36 over 3 years. So, do you want to do that? Do you want to play 2 more years for an additional $6 million a year each of the next 2 years? First of all, I don't want to sign off on that to begin with. But that's probably the minimum I think you'd have to do for him to agree to it. Where was it? Chris said players usually like being cut. Like, your humor is exactly right on the nose there. Like, there's just nothing you can do to where you're going to be paying him what he's actually worth and also not insulting him and hurting his feelings. The only thing you can do, I think, and Jake, let me know if you disagree with this, I think the only thing you can do is cut him.
Yeah, I think it was interesting to bring that up, though. I do like a different scenario of like, oh yeah, what if this were to happen? Let's do this and let Banks go and Gary go, right? And so Yeah, I think one, it's very clear not doing the center thing. But two, it feels like everything you laid out, yes, plus where the age is at, right? Like that is another thing where age, battered with injury, all of that like comes into play. And he obviously what Spotrac says is 24 this year, right? Or it's a cap number or whatever it is. But yeah, essentially he's not going to as you laid out, he's not going to say, "Oh yeah, you can spread that out and I'll do that." It's no. If he thinks he's worth more, someone may go and offer him a bunch, right? Like if he gets cut, right? Which we both think is probably going to happen. I think teams like the Chargers, teams like New England, these teams that have high salary numbers, are probably going to be willing to toss a decent amount of money for him over multiple seasons to see what he has. Right. And so I don't know if it's going to be that 24 number, right, that Green Bay's got, right? I don't think it's going to be anywhere near that, but I do think, in all parties involved, especially, again, he's 31, and again, we're cutting guys like this who, the average age of this team is going to keep going down. It would be great in practice if, he's battled injuries, they try to move him to center, he's 27, and we're looking at the extension, right? Like that, to me, would make a lot more sense. It really is just like, okay, he's 31
30 now. Yeah.
He's 30 now, so he'll be 31 when the season starts, I presume, next season.
So this would be handing out a third contract. The Packers never hand out third contract.
Again,
ever.
How'd the last one go?
Was that Bakhtiari?
They traded him. Maybe it was Bakhtiari. Kenny they traded him.
I was so mad about the Kenny.
The extension timing was wild.
But did they give him a third contract and then the extension? Or was the extension effectively his third?
I think that
I
was
can pull that up
effectively
here, right?
the third, but maybe not. But yeah, I think as you have this young core, hopefully with some developments here and there.
The extension was his third, but the extension was for 3 total years. So it was like just a tick shorter than your normal third contract.
Yeah. It's an interesting thought if he wasn't. Yeah,
this is JJ with no beard 31. Pre-diet a year ago. But sure,
it does. Yeah, it's an interesting scenario. Love that he's laying out the off season of like, this is what we need to keep doubling down at these things, which I think is exactly what they need to be doing at those positions that we talked about. And I think it's going to be even more prevalent as we're moving into this Gannon scheme as well, where it's like, okay, if you're going to commit more bodies to coverage, you know what that means. You better be freaking great up front. And guys, and if that doesn't include Quay, by the way, which again, I know we're kind of maybe leaning out the door now versus earlier, but like edge linebacker. I know what they need, folks. I understand. Just be very just put that thought in the head now so you can get angry now. And then when it happens at 52 in a few months, you're not losing your mind, because again, maybe it'll depend. It'll obviously depend on who's there, but yeah, there are some guys who could trickle to 52. And again, and I think there are some talented linebackers in this class, but to fill the role that you're looking for, that Quay has, that list gets quite a bit shorter. So I know there's quite a few people who don't really like Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech.
Is Rodriguez even going to be available when we're on the clock?
I think so.
I lean toward no. I
think so.
Like maybe the age helps him.
Yeah,
fall to
because I do think you're going to get Allen Hill and obviously Styles. It's possible. It's possible he's not. But Trotter from Missouri, right? There's going to be guys like that they're going to be looking at. Like even if, again, another guy who's older later in the draft, Betcher, from Oregon. Jade Duggar had a nice week at Shrine. So I do think a linebacker and edge are going to be a part of this discussion, especially if Kingsley's not back, right? If Kingsley's back, maybe they're not as it doesn't feel as pressing.
I think not bringing back Kingsley would really be stupid.
It does feel like a big mistake, yes. Especially if they're going 3-4 like that base front, like he's pretty much perfect for that outside linebacker spot. And Van Ness is fine and he can do it because he's athletic enough to do it, right? But then again, we get into that talk of like who's going to be the 3-4 ends, right? Then if they're really going to commit to it, right, bring it back to what he said in the voicemail, like D tackle, nose tackle, or couple. But you have to fill that room. So I to kind of put a bow on it, I like the idea, right? I think that's interesting. Elgton Jenkins has proved it more as a Packer than Aaron Banks has. That is for darn sure. But the age is the biggest issue I think right now, and the injuries, right? It would be nice to shed quite a bit of cap space with getting rid of all these guys, but I wonder if we're just not in a position to with like maybe Banks just because lack of draft picks.
Also, like Banks was horrible this year. I mean, he was truly just god awful.
Bad. Yep.
I've seen a number of people, I don't know, like Andy Herman types tweeting about like, well, if you cut Aaron Banks after 1 year, it's $24.5 million for 1 year of football. Like you can't afford to. That is a sunk cost fallacy, man. I'm not throwing good money after bad. Banks was
even if it's
awful.
You did 1 year for 29, and now you don't have to pay anymore. Okay, cool. I'll live. Mistake. Move on. Like
yeah, because you bring it back. It's not it was $24 million for 1 year or $24 million for 2 years. It's you also have to pay for year 2.
Yeah.
I would rather just eat the money and admit an awful mistake. The dude sucked. He was freaking bad. He had a nice game against the Giants. He had a nice game against the Bears, the first game against the Bears. He had a nice game earlier in the year against the Steelers. PFF liked what he did against Carolina. I guess he was the only guy who bothered to show up on offense against Carolina because that offensive line was getting their butts kicked. But yeah, I mean, he was bad this year. Just straight up bad.
Yep.
Awful contract for a player who had never proven anything ever. Came in here and like borderline had the worst year of his career ever. And then you can talk all you want to about the injuries, whatever. I mean, he was bad pre-injury. He was bad at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And he's not young either. Okay,
no,
if your excuse is the injury, he's going to be 29 next time he takes the field for the Packers. Let's see here. Tool for this says I might be crazy, but I don't understand the hate for Bukowski and the love for Herman. I hate them both, so I hate everybody. It is what it is. I like Jake. Jake's probably the only guy I like. Oh, I like Brian Maffey, but he doesn't do a Packers podcast, as far as I know.
Yeah, Brian, get on that Packers podcast, buddy.
Chris says Banks is due another $19.2 million in new money this season. I'm not going to fact check you. You're probably right. And it's a number that supports my narrative, so pretty good. Daddy Zaff says experience can be a stabilizing force. Need one old in Elgton or someone else who can solidify the room. Zach is soft-spoken. We need one vocal leader in the room or an old head. I like the idea of bringing in some old heads. I really do. I've been pro bringing in some old heads for a while in a few different rooms. What's up, Jake?
No, I was just going to try to find a 2026 free agent along the offensive line that might be a dude.
Chris says, I love that you hate everyone, JJ. It's really not a bit. I really do hate everybody in media. At
Tevin
at every level.
Tevin Jenkins, guy who we talked about last offseason of like, hey, this is a guard you could bring in. Right?
Okay,
Cleveland
fine.
brought
I
him on
don't
a
hate
one-year
Tevin
deal.
Jenkins. Good point.
Cleveland
He's
brought
not
him in on a
immediate.
one-year
He doesn't
deal.
count.
Oh, yeah, that's yes. So, like, guys like that, they feel like, you want to go make a one-year deal happen with something. That's experience, and I think he plays with an edge. So there are ways they could do this if they want to move on from all these guys, if they feel comfortable with some. But they're again, this is going to happen through the draft. As I was sitting here, I was just a little curious because he got those things got the gears turning a little bit of like, how can we do this?
I thought you were saying somebody was crazy when you did this.
No. I got all the gears turning. No, I am. It's me. It's me. The call's coming from inside the house. I'm the crazy person. I traded down 3 times. I now have the end of the second 2 3s, 3 4s, 2 5s, and 3 7s to let us cook later. So we don't even have to move.
I keep getting reminded of rants that I was going to do on this podcast, and then like the week just transpired so differently, right? Like I thought we were going to come on here, and Jim Leonard was going to be our DC, and I had my speech ready for Jim Leonard, right? And I can't do it. Can't do the Jim Leonard speech. I had a good one. Rant about Nixon in the Pro Bowl.
Oops,
Look,
sorry.
There's nothing to rant about Nixon in the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl is stupid. Like, I'm not going to talk about Shedeur either. The Pro Bowl is stupid. It's been stupid. I've never watched the Pro Bowl in my life. I don't care about Pro Bowl votes.
No.
I would be pretty surprised. Like, because you can go like search people's tweets. I would be curious if I went back, because like the NFL is always trying to get you to do like a Pro Bowl vote for your favorite players. I think it's highly likely. I've never done one of those ever at any point. Pretty sure I've never done a Pro Bowl vote. Maybe I have, and I'm just forgetting. Maybe like 2020. I was really excited about the Packers that year and about how good I thought they were. So maybe that year I voted for some guys, but like the Pro Bowl is stupid, right? The Pro Bowl is going to make stupid decisions. The fact that there's Pro Bowl alternates is stupid. Like the last time anybody should have taken the Pro Bowl remotely seriously was before Tyler Huntley was in the Pro Bowl, right? Yeah. It's really stupid. So I can rant about Nixon and the fact that I really dislike Keisean Nixon. I hate the way he plays football. I hate the way that his sycophants on Twitter like to chirp all the time and lecture people about how secretly Keisean's super good, and then go silent for 6 weeks at a time when he's playing dog crap football. Yeah, and then like, oh, he has one good game. Groundhog's Day, we're going to pop out and lecture everybody again. Like, I hate that. I hate listening to Keisean run his freaking mouth. Like, I know you're supposed to have a lot of confidence and have a big mouth when you're a corner, but like also be a good cornerback. That might help too. All right. When good cornerbacks run their mouth, we go, yeah, talk your talk, man. When dog water cornerbacks run their mouths, it just sounds stupid.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair.
Dershel, he's cutting my rant short, so I guess that's the end of the rant.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Dershel. Or sorry, everybody else. Dershel will ruin the fun.
How the turntables is good. Tevin Jenkins. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he had a brutal start to his career in Chicago, but then he kind of turned it around a bit, and then like moving him to guard was everything. It was everything.
Yeah.
It's been interesting seeing some of the blast from the past names. So like, who was it? Sam Mustipher, I think, came in the playoffs, right? Which team does he even play for now? Broncos? I forget which team he plays for now.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, freaking Sam Mustipher. He was terrible with the Bears like 8 or 9 years ago. Like forever ago. He was terrible with the Bears. And like I don't even think Sam Mustipher's mom thought that he was good when he played for the Bears. Right?
Yeah.
And now he's like playing in the playoffs. It's crazy. Just seeing some guys like manage to stick it around in the pros long enough to like get another shot when you thought they didn't exist anymore. Daddy Zap says, I wonder if Nixon can return kicks. Force him back. I don't know what force him back mean. If Nixon can return kicks. It doesn't seem like he can do that anymore. It's been a while since he had a good kick return.
It has.
K9 wants that new money from the people who know. They're saying Nixon's back this year.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think that's idiotic. But hey, you're in the Pro Bowl, and you know the Packers are excited that he's in the Pro Bowl.
Now that he has made it.
K9 is good for 1.5. He's good for 1.5 plus 15-yard penalties a game. Oh, yeah, at least 1.5 15-yard penalties a game. Yeah, I mean, it feels about right. I'm sure the math is a little bit lower on that, but that's what it feels like. Can we continue ranting on how the Packers are going to sell Bisaccia and Stenovich on the coaching staff? So I think it's almost a certainty that they're both going to be on the coaching staff this year. For me, that ship has sailed. Like, I'm no longer thinking about new coordinators at offense and special teams. I would be kind of shocked at this point if something happens other than Bisaccia retiring. Apparently that's still a thing that apparently the word from inside 1265 is that people think Bisaccia is mulling retirement. And I think he's not under contract anymore because he just signed a 1-year extension last year related to the retirement mullings. So Steno, I think, is almost certainly coming back. So, whatever. Bisaccia maybe is retiring. And maybe there's a mutual parting of the ways due to special teams has been bad for a while. He's not under contract. Maybe something happens there. I'd say I think 55%, I think he's back. 45%, I think he retires or goes and does something different.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, for those, it does seem like, he's probably going to be back. There's plenty of turnover now. Like Babbage coming in, Ansley sounds like he's leaving, which makes sense.
So wait, tell me about this. So, because this is interesting. Because what's Ansley doing? Do we think he's getting a defensive coordinator job again?
Perhaps.
I'm just saying, what are you basing that on?
No, I saw a tweet that said he.
Yeah, Aaron Wilson.
Yeah.
So this was 10 minutes after we went live.
Yes.
Packers defensive passing game coordinator Derek Ansley is also joining the Dolphins.
Okay.
Along with Wendell Davis, Ryan Downard, and Sean Dugan. So Ansley is probably the only guy I'm going to miss. Nothing against Sean Dugan. I didn't think he was, did a crappy job or anything, but he was only here for a year. And we knew he was a Halfley guy. Nobody should have expected that Dugan was staying here.
Yeah.
Downard I've never liked. Although admittedly the last couple of years, the safeties have been good. So maybe it really was more about just giving Downard better talent to work with, and maybe he was really a fine coach. But we got Bobby Babbage coming in to replace Ansley and Downard. I'd like to have another guy in there. I don't like having one guy coach safeties and cornerbacks. I'd like to have two guys coaching safeties and cornerbacks. And however you want to divvy it up, if it's one guy doing one and one guy doing the other, or if you're just both doing them, whatever, I like having two guys in there.
Yeah.
There's not been a lot of times when I've been watching teams who have just one defensive backs coach that I think, hey, that worked pretty darn well. Kudos on saving some money by only having one coach of that position.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see them bring in another guy in there as well alongside Babbage. And if it's a young guy, fine. Preferably it's a young outside guy though. I'm getting pretty tired of some of these internal promotions. They haven't all been bad. I'd say that over the long course of time, Downard seems to have turned into a fine coach. But we had to suffer through some years where he was clearly in over his head and the results were not good. So, ever since Halfley came in, we've had more coaches than normal, right? You're averaging more than one position coach per position room across the roster on the defensive side, which I like. And you have overqualified coaches in there. You got former defensive coordinators coming in who are trying to get back to being a defensive coordinator again. And like, I anticipate that probably Ansley's going to go be the defensive coordinator in Miami, like almost certainly.
That would make sense. Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't think that the Packers would let Ansley go if it was something that they like really could prevent. Ryan Downer going to just go be the secondary coach, like that really is a promotion for him. He was kind of the assistant to Ansley here. All right.
Yeah. Right.
And so it is a promotion for him to go be the true secondary coach again after kind of his pseudo demotion in Green Bay.
Yep.
Ansley, I'm sure, is going to be the defensive coordinator. I will be shocked if he's not. If the Packers are letting Ansley go, and like, hey, maybe there's a little bit of like, oh, the corners were not very good, and let's blame the position coach instead of the fact that we gave him McDonald's employees to work with. Like maybe, but I think it's probably a hefty promotion to go to Miami. Brian says Jake should take over as the cornerback coach. Jake who? That's what I want to know. Trying to think of Jakes who I know who are qualified to be cornerback coaches for the Green Bay Packers.
Same. I have no idea. Honestly.
Maybe he means you. I don't think he does. You could go coach corners for a team that I don't care about a lot, but not the Packers. Not yet. Like I'd like to see you, and this is not like it's not me doubting you per se, but I want to see, you know how when we were talking about Jim Leonard a couple of years ago, and I was like, I'd like to see him go prove it somewhere else before he comes to Green Bay.
That's very fair. I
think I'd just like to see you go prove it. Go to Denver and make it work in Denver, and then he can go home to Green Bay, right?
Illinois first, and then Green Bay. Perhaps.
Packer Doug says, if we keep Steno and the Eagles pick Sean Mannion as their offensive coordinator, I will go apoplectic. Here's the thing. I like Sean Mannion. We all like Sean Mannion. Sean Mannion's resume right now is not one that should make you think he's a slam dunk hire at offensive coordinator, right? There's not a lot in his resume to suggest that he's ready for that. Having said that, I don't know that there's a lot of NFL coaches who would be a downgrade from Stenovich at offensive coordinator. Just saying. Maybe more interestingly, though, we do have a defensive coordinator to talk about. We've talked more about Bobby Babich than we have John Gannon.
That's true.
12 says, now I'm blanking on anyone named Jake. I thought of Jake Retzloff first. Like I couldn't think of any other Jakes. I got Jake Retzloff. Iowa Joe says Jake from State Farm.
Jacob Rodriguez.
But does he go by Jake? We don't know.
We don't know. I would guess no. But
because here's the thing. Jacob Rodriguez. Now, with a name like Rodriguez, you would expect he's probably Hispanic. Okay. Here's a picture of him. We're going to look at him and we're going to decide if we think he probably goes by Jake. Where's my tab? Here it is. All right. This is Jacob Rodriguez. Do you think he goes by Jacob or Jake based on his picture?
Honestly, I don't know. I would.
Because here's the thing.
I feel like most people shorten it, but
let's be real. Jake, not that they're all white, but I feel like most Jakes are white.
That's probably true.
So what I'm trying to assess here is, does he look white enough to have decided I want to be a Jake? And I'm just not sure. I'm just really not sure. He's a heck of a football player.
He is.
Iowa Joe says he looks like he's been coaching for a decade. 12 for this says Jacob. Brian Murphy says Butkus as the OC would be a downgrade. I mean, Butkus as the offensive line coach was a downgrade, so yeah. Iowa Joe says Jake Butt. Danny Zapp says Jake the Snake. Iowa Joe says
Jake Plummer.
Oh my gosh, this reminds me. Jake Plummer reminds me. A couple of years ago, we did this. Oh man, now I hope Jacob Rodriguez goes by Jake. We did like a year ago or 2 years ago. I issued the challenge to you to name a Jake in the NFL who's good, and we really couldn't come up with any. Like Jake Plummer was like one of the best examples we had of current NFL guys named Jake. So now this makes me think Jacob Rodriguez really needs to go by Jacob and not Jake, because we don't want
true. JR.
I think Jake's can really succeed in media.
JR.
And maybe in coaching, but there's just not a, and like, frankly, again, not trying to be rude, but I wouldn't sign you to my NFL team.
Like AR12, he can be JR10. He's probably not going to be called that.
No, because people would start making,
he will be played by Pedro
making,
Pascal.
who shot JR
in the
jokes.
In
he does look like
in the Super Bowl
like
video that they'll talk about for generations when Green Bay beats the crap out of everyone like Indiana next year. Yeah,
here's the problem,
Pascal, that's a good shout, but I would actually say let can Chalamet bulk up, play him?
Yeah,
he's got the curls for it. He excuse me.
He'd need to bulk up a lot. He's a skinny
sure.
guy.
He is.
I think Chalamet can pull it off a lot easier, because here's the problem.
Jake Gyllenhaal's a good shout.
Pedro Pascal is 50-something. All right, he cannot de-age and go play Jacob Rodriguez. By the time Jacob Rodriguez looks anything like Pedro Pascal's current age, like Pedro Pascal's gonna be old looking. So,
dude from Kingsman.
Oh, that's Taron Egerton or Edgerton.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I saw he was in Eddie the Eagle as well. Okay, do you want to talk about? You want to talk?
Can we
talk about Jonathan Gannon?
Yeah, can we rapid fire here? There's a couple Gannon things in here. But,
rapid fire some Jake names?
No. Told for this asked early on, what's more of a joke in the last 48 hours? Pro Bowler Hall of Fame. 48. That's last 48 hours is interesting. That's the only reason it makes it interesting.
It is interesting that the entire sport has all coalesced. Like, we are all united in making fun of the Pro Bowl and like wanting blood from the Hall of Fame selection committee.
Yep. Bill Polian has dementia. Yeah, kind of.
Did you see Bill Polian changed his story? Now he's saying he did vote for Belichick.
Oh,
you see that?
Nah, they got to release the votes. They have to release them. Okay.
Well, Marcus Mosher
and they can't redact anything either. They need to release the votes.
They have these Google sheets where they are tracking who has said, and like they're narrowing in. Like there's not a lot left before you have some definitive answers about like at least how many people are lying, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we know Bill Polian's lying for sure.
Yes.
Even if he did vote, which I don't think he did, he's already changed his story. So he lied. Yeah. First he says, who I voted for. Which, like, I immediately...
Exactly like Mahomes.
I immediately had to, like, start narrowing down which political scandal that reminded me of the most. But but now he's changed his story and said, oh, yeah, no, I did vote for Belichick. Okay.
Okay, Grandpa. Go to bed.
Jayden, May, and Nix all made conference championships before Caleb.
Hey, you know what? The Rams crap in the bed the way they did against the Bears, like, it was touch and go for a minute there. And this is why, in part, why I said that the better team did win the NFC Championship game, because the Seahawks were pretty consistently pretty good all year. We had maybe a couple questions about roster depth for them at points. But like they weren't cratering at any point in the season. And the Rams were certainly struggling and choking in points. And I thought that game against the Bears was very embarrassing for the Rams.
Yeah.
Because frankly, the Bears were not good this year.
No.
And the Bears did not beat any good teams this year. They just didn't.
Yeah.
So there's that. I'm going to save this question from the thing about Drew for Jonathan Gannon to the last one because it's a big good segue for us.
I think we did this stream about policy being a guest.
The real question for the Super Bowl: what color Gatorade is McDonald getting doused in? I'm gonna go orange. Lime green would be appropriate, like the action green.
Yes,
but I think orange.
It's probably gonna be orange. Yeah, is there another one that they would? I have not kept up with the colors that they have done over the years. Is purple, blue, purple, and like light blue, like the what is that? The glacier.
Something. Right.
Yeah. Like
here's why I think it's gonna be orange.
I mean,
I think it's gonna be orange because the Seahawks spanked the Broncos in the Super Bowl. And so I think this will be a little tribute to that.
Do you want to feel upset for a second?
Yeah. What you got?
Cool. Great.
I like being upset.
This is NFL team tiers for the playoffs. Just based on EPA per play on both sides of the ball. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see.
Oh, you want to take the comments? Are you taking those off?
I'm taking everything off. Let me get the Venmo out of here.
Whoa.
Let me get these comments off.
Pause.
I'm trying to think. Okay, here we go.
All right.
So defensive EPA per play, offensive. So Packers had a good offense and a bad defense. What that's saying?
Yeah. So the diagonal lines are your tiers for teams, essentially. And so
you may notice the Bears are next to a couple of not good teams, the Panthers and the Eagles.
This is true.
I feel like you draw a circle around those three teams. Those were three of the teams that I was crapping on all year and saying these three teams are not that good.
It's true.
Like when the Bears beat the Eagles, I said loudly a whole bunch of times, hey, congrats to the Bears, but you haven't beaten anybody good. The Eagles are not good.
It's a lovely group. Denver. That's Jared Stidham's fault. That's Stidham's fault.
Look at where the Patriots are. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
That's a similar grouping right there for sure.
It is.
So far in the playoffs. And that's the thing I think with the Patriots that's really tough because people are only going to look at the playoff games and go, yeah, they weren't very good in the playoff games. And it's like, yeah, offensively, probably not, but defensively, they're very good. And I don't think that washes away anything of what Drake May and the offense have done all year. And so I think you say, okay, they aren't as bad as they've been in the playoffs, and they aren't as good as they were in the regular season. I think there's a happy medium there. But again, the AFC, right, we kind of, at least, maybe not we, but the Rams and Seahawks were to be clearly the best two teams. That kind of meant the AFC was kind of a toss-up, and then as soon as Nix breaks the ankle, it's kind of like, yeah, that's tough. That's tough because I do think Broncos Seahawks would have been a lot of fun. A nice little storyline in there. That was Bo Nix's first start. Was against Seattle. It did not go well. I think he threw 2 picks and was like 2 of 12 beyond 10 yards. And there was a lot of talk about check down Charlie over there. Is that he's going to be? And also the first start of the McDonald era too. So that would have been pretty fun. Not that this game can't be fun, but again, I think it just shows you like, man, Green Bay's kind of almost essentially in the second tier by themselves. Which is how good on offense they were. But yeah, it sucks.
Fulvis says we lost to all three though. So Eagles, Panthers, and Bears.
All three,
yeah.
Right.
At what point in the season, after the Browns game, did you hear me say the Packers are good?
That's true.
At what point in the season did you hear me say that? I didn't. Packers we're not good this year. Let's start this one. Anyway. So Iowa Joe says, do we even know what kind of system Gannon's going to run? It seems like a waste to try and convert back to a 3-4. Drew says Jonathan Gannon was a good hire, but not an elite hire in my opinion. I think what's this?
This is your playoff quarterback efficiency. You love to see it. Literally.
So this is interesting too. EPA per play, Jordan is like basically tied with Darnold, and then completion and percentage above expected. A couple ticks below, which I blame. Am I reading this right? That's like you blame the receivers for that.
You also can say that the
Darnold
receivers
had JSN, Love didn't.
You also could say the receivers were more open against Chicago, right? So the completion percentage on a lot of those throws when guys were open is going to be a bit higher, right? So some of that maybe is like, the Bears defense wasn't as tough of a team to throw on. And so that's why, and that's why the completion percentage over expectation wasn't high. Whereas I feel like Allen probably, I would have thought Allen would have led this. The Broncos are really good at shutting windows in the secondary and making throws a lot more difficult. So it's not surprising to see him up there.
This is really interesting, though. So, like, you see where Josh Allen is.
Yep.
You see where CJ Stroud is, okay? Like, those two guys have absolutely been the whipping boys for this playoffs. Like, mercilessly getting mocked, those two. Yeah. Who's the third guy? Is it, is it Caleb Williams who got mocked? Yeah, for his game against the Bills.
Probably.
Rams. Okay, but look who's not getting any hate at all. Look where Aaron Rodgers is.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that is brutal.
Yes.
That's bad in both ways.
It is.
And he's not getting any hate.
I think that was one of the worst playoff performances like ever.
And yet nobody talked about it at all. Nobody.
No.
Because and there's a lot of players you can say this about, most of them quarterbacks. There's like I don't know if I want to use this word. I'm going to say there is like a political tint to it, but it's not
narrative.
Like
a narrative.
But it's like
the long-standing narrative,
right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, It's to where like if you say, "Hey, Aaron played bad in this playoff game," well, then that puts you in the camp of, oh, well, everybody else who has said X, Y, Z about Aaron, you're in that same camp. And so you just don't say it.
Well, and then, and that's the other thing with people talking about May, right? This postseason. It's like, yes, if you say he hasn't played well in the postseason, Drake May, which objectively really hasn't, as a runner, he's been very effective, but throwing the football, turning the ball over, right, the fumbles, has not been good. If you say that, they then put you in the bucket of the people who say, well, Drake May was never good this year, right? And the regular season was a fake. And it can actually, guys, it can be more than a binary, with what you're saying. Some people struggle with that, not just in sports. And so that's, that's definitely a thing. And so, yeah, it very much is that of like, if you say Rodgers didn't play well here, you've basically said Rodgers stinks or Rodgers is a terrible playoff quarterback all time or whatever, right? But you can literally just say he played terrible in this game. You can also say CJ Stroud has played terrible in the postseason, which he has, right? You can objectively, it's harder. Some people don't want to say it, that objectively Love was very, very good. The postseason start and they lost, right?
He had to get his Packers quarterback baptism out of the way, where you play incredible.
Yeah.
The defense and special teams crap the bed, and then you don't quite get enough help from the rest of your offense to make up for how bad the other two phases of your team performed.
He had his like Rodgers moment of like, we're going to crush the Cowboys in the playoffs. We love doing that. Kind of had his Brett moment. Yep. I'm throwing this all the way across my body against San Francisco, try to make a play, and it didn't go well. And then
it was Brett, but it was also Packers versus 49ers in the playoffs bull crap too.
Sure.
So it was that. Like he has to. And what's he missing? Which Packers playoff baptisms? Because here's the thing too. With this Bears game. There was also like a 4th and 26 in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with that.
Some of that. It's true. I was thinking more him specifically, but yes, there has been that. I'm trying to think of like what the Eagles 22-10 game was last year, but
I don't know. I didn't watch that game.
That one I'm trying to place, but like this one, I'm trying to think what this one is exactly. Maybe, but he didn't turn it over. But maybe it's like the Arizona game, the first Rodgers-Arizona game where they lost 51-45 in OT. But they did the coming back in that one. But he played really, really well, and the defense gave up a lot of points. Maybe that's the one. But
maybe for me, and again, I didn't watch the Eagles game, but like with the 3 steps back narrative that I have about it, I see a little bit of the final, the 2021 season, so 2022 January game against the 49ers, where like I go into that game with zero faith, like not even remotely believing. Like
that one.
A lot of people are like, and I'm like, I don't care because we're not winning. I can see that this team stinks. It's not good enough. If like, sure, any given Sunday, they could have a fluke and beat this opponent, but they're not good. They are 1 and done or 2 and done, and that's it. Yeah. So maybe to me, there's a little bit of a parallel of that.
Yeah.
And like in both of those, like the offense just wasn't remotely good enough, even though like the defense absolutely did enough to keep them in the game, but the offense just non-functional.
Yeah.
And special teams. Horrible special teams collapses in both those games. Like defense was great. Offense was putrid. And then if you had just been solid on special teams, that putrid offense probably squeaks you out a competitive game.
And you're
instead,
the Rams.
The special teams is like, let me crap the bed.
Yeah. Good times.
Let's talk about Gannon. Let's talk about Gannon.
Times. Little therapy there. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's talk about Gannon. So the defensive coaching staff at this point, a little threadbare. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's just DeMarcus Covington left, right? Am I forgetting somebody else who's here? Do we still have 2? We still have Vince Ogabasi, but he's like a Halfley guy. I wouldn't be surprised to see him follow Halfley still. DeMarcus Covington, which that'll be an interesting conversation. First of all, somebody put a question in the chat earlier asking like who is Gannon going to bring in as his D-line coach, and I was going to be like,
let me try to find that.
Don't know that he moves on from DeMarcus Covington. But also it'd be an interesting conversation for us to talk about how we feel about DeMarcus and the job he's done. So our linebackers coach is gone because we lost Campanile last year. We lost Dugan this year. Lost both of our secondary guys. So it's just DeMarcus and Vince left on the defensive coaching staff. I think that's it.
Sounds right.
Where is it? So Tulfus is asking about Rallis.
Oh.
So Nick Rallis is the name you're thinking of. Nick Rallis is currently the defensive coordinator for the Cardinals. I mean, at this rate, he's going to be the head coach for the Cardinals because they can't get anybody. But Rallis has been a Gannon guy. I think he's overqualified for the position in maybe more of a way than like Derek Ansley and DeMarcus Covington were.
There it is.
Yep, there we go. Oh, same guy. 12 for this.
Yep.
So it's Rallis. Nick Rallis is the guy's name.
Yes.
Right now, I think Nick Rallis is coming in. I think he's going to coach linebackers. That's what I expect.
Okay.
He's kind of historically been a linebacker guy. I think by the time, like maybe Arizona keeps him. Maybe they do. I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt that like when you bring in your new head coach, that he's going to be like, hey, the right-hand man of the previous head coach who was a defensive guy. And like the Cardinals defense, whatever. The math is a little more favorable. Like the analytics is a little more favorable toward the Cardinals defense than you'd expect. But they weren't great.
No.
I think Rallis probably comes to Green Bay. I think he's probably in Green Bay for 1 or 2 years and then gets another defensive coordinator job somewhere else pretty quickly, which is great. That's what we want. We want our position coaches to be getting hired away to go be DCs because they did a good job here. That's what you want. So I think that's going to happen, and I think it would be good. Tool for this, your comments are confusing me.
I meant Quentin Rollins. That's funny.
That's funny.
Yes.
The other question that Iowa Joe asked, do we even know what kind of system Gannon is going to run? It seems like a waste to try and convert back to a 3-4. So I don't think they will. I think they're going to stay at 4 down front. Here's the thing with Gannon. He's very, very, very multiple up front. He likes running 5-man fronts frequently. A little bit less so in Arizona, but a lot in Philly. Here's the thing with who did we just bring in? Bobby Babich. So Bobby Babich, DC for Buffalo. So 2024, we interviewed Bobby Babich and Zach Orr to be our defensive coordinator. And I thought there was a solid chance that one of those two guys would get the job. They both... Andy Reid loves 5 guys fronts. That's amazing. What an amazing comment to have.
I gotta keep that forever. Okay.
Both of these guys, Zach Orr and Bobby Babich, end up staying with their existing teams and getting defensive coordinator jobs out of that cycle. Zach Orr, we believe, by reporting, was offered the DC job, turned it down, stayed in Baltimore. Never heard anything about Bobby Babich getting offered the job, but he was certainly a candidate. And I've always liked Bobby Babich, for the last 2-3 years. Both of these guys, Babich and Gannon, leave you a little bit, a lot vulnerable to the run. They're good at stopping the pass, vulnerable against the run. Good news. We are used to that in Green Bay. So at least you're not going to have to get used to a different kind of pain. You'll have a little bit more of the same when it comes to run defense, maybe not being where you need it to be. Yes. And you can solve a lot of that by giving these guys more talent on the defensive line than what they've had in the past. They usually have not enough horses up front. I made a comment about Gannon and the fact that some of his secondaries, almost all of his secondaries, have had really, really, really bad cornerbacks to work with. Like, especially you look at his time with the Eagles, like, man, it was at least Packers bad. At least Packers bad, maybe worse. Like when they got Cooper DeJean and Quentin, what's his name? What's the Toledo kid's name? Quinyon Mitchell. When they got Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, that was restocking.
Finally, we've restocked it. Like Howie cares about corner. Like they were saying that. They were saying that about that position. Like it
so
has
the Packers try and run it back with Curley and Ham and Mo at cornerback, which they might. They certainly might. If they try and do that, Gannon has some experience getting decent results with Arby's employees at cornerback. Here, where is it? Here we go. Check this out. This is Eli Berkowitz. It takes
Kobe Bryant's a free agent. Go get him.
It takes forever to share a page on here.
He played more snaps than Woolen.
He posted, made a new friend down at the Senior Bowl. I may or may not have talked extensively about drafting cornerbacks. So Eli bumps into Brian Gutekunst, implies with his tweet that he got to have kind of a lengthy conversation with Gutekunst.
Whoa. Scroll down just a hair. What? Okay, yeah. So he's pretty much got the same shirt color and pant color. He's auditioning to be part of the MOF that they took. That picture they took in the when the camera panned in the Washington game.
Oh, yeah.
Where Policy and Goody are sitting there like the MOF. I think this is an audition here. I think it's a bit of an audition, perhaps.
I feel like it might just be your monitor. On my screen, he's got light gray pants, a blue, like
That's
like
blue.
a blue. What do you call that? Like a blazer, and then a black vest on top of that. But it definitely looks like light gray pants to me. It might
Well,
just
at least the vest is black then, so then we're good.
He's got like a white, like a white t-shirt underneath his dark blue blazer too. Goody for a man with a respectably GM / head
hair
coach
looking like it
figure.
too.
He's layered up there for the weather.
Yeah, that guys, come on. Was this Monday or Tuesday? Or no, it was today? It was supposed to be 54.
It is today. Well, he's from the great southern
Come
state of
on,
Wisconsin.
man.
It's he's not used to the cold down there in Mobile.
Oh, man.
Dude,
It's been cold
I would be in if I was down in Mobile, Alabama. Now, I guess I don't know what the really what the weather's been like with all the winter storms and stuff, but usually at this time of year, if I were to go down to Mobile, Alabama, I would be in shorts and a t-shirt because I'm kind of in shorts and a t-shirt a lot up here in northern Michigan. In the winter. So
as long as you keep the body moving, you can stay pretty warm there. The sun's out, especially. You can get sunburned.
And I don't stand still. You know
easily.
that from hanging out with me.
That's true. Yeah.
So listen, Gannon's gonna be he's definitely gonna stick now with a 4 down base, and we're almost never gonna play out of base. All right. He loves going 4-2-5. He loves going 5-man front. The idea that you would look at your roster and say, hey, let's convert to a 3 down front is so counter to like the one really big thing about Gannon, which is he does not take a scheme and put it on the players. He looks at the players he has and builds a scheme around them. Like that's the big thing with Gannon. So he's not going to look at this roster that was constructed to run a 4-3 and say, hey, let's make our defensive end stand up and run a 3 down base. Is he going to play some 3 down looks? Absolutely. He likes getting really multiple. I think that the defense is mostly going to be about what he does with the defensive backs. That's going to be the biggest thing, and why, we would really like to get him some defensive tackles and some corners so that you have a solid roster that you can get as multiple as you want, and you can have your secondary tee off the way that you want them to.
Yeah. No, if you're looking for like principles on quarters, I think there's some really, really good resources out there, especially on YouTube. Match quarters, good resource. Thinking Football has a couple on quarters, like if you really want to dive in. But yeah, principles. I mean, again, there is like country cover 4, which is kind of a thing, and they treat it like they call it like railroad is how they treat it. Like you have the numbers on the field, and a lot of the hook zone drops are kind of capped by the safeties, right? And you kind of stay on your lines, right? Okay, so that's some of the country cover 4, and then the mic is dropping into that kind of Tampa voided space in the middle. Quarters, the match, it's more about having your nickel or maybe your Sam, however, usually it's a nickel, right? Because
what Sam?
Preventative pass situations, right? You're more nickel. The nickel and the will are worried about delivering, carrying, or matching. Okay, carry means vertical, match usually on outbreaking, deliver usually passing to somebody on an inbreaker or a crosser, right? A lot of those principles come into play, right? And so the safeties are keyed in on the number 2s, right, on both sides of the formation. And they're obviously principles, communication and full understanding of all of these principles that come with it, I think are obviously extremely important. So this is going to be a defense that, if it's successful, is going to communicate a lot. And might I add, right, as we kind of talked about, the safeties are extremely important. And they're doing a ton of work in a scheme like this, a ton, especially when you're in more match than you are, right?
It's a good thing we have
for,
safeties.
Right? Exactly. So I don't know if Bullard's going to stay the nickel. I imagine he still would, but if not, right, he could still be potentially your third safety in the room. McKinney's going to be important for this, and I expect McKinney to be, on top of this, because I do think, I do imagine that while Saban maybe didn't have it all the time, I think the amount of coverages he deployed, McKinney's going to be at the very least, familiar with how all of that goes. Okay. And again, Evan Williams is a guy who is a very smart player, I think. And I feel like he's going to be in a good position where, again, most of this scheme, right, you're not going to have to ask him to run all the way across the field, right? Yeah. It's going to be more capped on, okay, this is your 3-on-2 on one side. Watch for the vertical routes, cap them, right? Take one if you see two breaking out, right? Like all of that kind of stuff. Like I think he's going to be in a really good position to handle all of that, right? And also not to mention, right, you have sometimes, right, opposite to the strength, safeties poaching crossers for maybe a trips formation, right? I feel like he's been in a great position to make plays like that. So I do think the safeties are going to be obviously very crucial to this, but I think Green Bay is armed with enough safeties to do this. Now, if they want to add somebody else, I'm not going to be upset in this class. If they're comfortable doing so, fine. Be my guests. But yeah, it's going to be a lot on the safeties, and I do think a lot on whoever the nickel ends up being. I still imagine, as we mentioned, it's probably going to be Bullard, but and then the linebackers.
I question
Quay. If
question
Quay's
if
not coming back,
Bullard can do anything else besides nickel.
Right. And if that's the case and the coaching staff feels the same way, he's locked in there. You might want to find, you might want to figure out who the backup is, right? You might want to find depth there. Depth is going to be important there if you feel like you do not have it, right? If goodness sakes, if you're going to have Keisean Nixon playing outside corner and Hobbs those guys are sticking around to play outside corner, you better find a nickel to back up Bullard. Trade on Stukes from Arizona is a really, really nice example. A lot of people really like Keontae Scott. I understand that. To me, if you're drafting him high, if you're drafting him,
28 years old.
If you're drafting him, trust me, he's going to be the starter. So I don't think that's somebody I'd be focusing on. I'd be looking at more of these safeties who can
you make him redshirt in the NFL for a year and his career's over. He's got to retire.
That's what I mean. Like teams drafting Keontae Scott are asking Keontae Scott to start. So you're going to have to look at, and I might have done a mock draft where I did draft trade on Stukes because I do think they're going to need more at that slot position. You're going to have depth there. So yeah, I think it's exciting because it's a fun. The quarters is really fun to study and look at and see how it handles a bunch of things, right? And there's plenty of resources to do that, but safeties need to be really good. Check. Nickel really good. We think so. Need to add depth. And obviously linebacker. Still really interesting to me.
Safety is still really interesting to me because it's not just a Gannon thing. You also have to factor in Bobby Babich.
For sure. So
like Bobby Babich for 5 minutes was a linebacker guy at the time when we were interviewing him to be our defensive coordinator, but his history is with the secondary. He went and became the linebacker coach after his dad retired. His dad was the linebackers coach. So we've had kind of a decent sample size of Babich as a secondary coach and as a defensive coordinator, seeing how he likes to use his safeties. And his voice is going to be heard in that room. Babich likes playing his safeties deep, which puts a lot more pressure on your linebackers to help out with the run.
Yeah.
And we have questions about the linebackers. And it's going to be interesting. You were talking about how the coaching staff is going to see Javon Bullard. Well, it's a new coaching staff on that side of the ball now. All right. Downard and Ansley are gone.
Yeah.
Babich is in. Hopefully there's another guy coming in as well. Like it's not just going to be business as usual. There's the other thing too is that there's going to be a learning curve as well. Now, Babich really likes simplifying things. What's his big thing? SPF, something like that. No, SPF is sunblock.
I was like,
I think it's SPF. It's like
it could
simple,
still be, yeah.
Simple something and fast, like simple physical and fast. I think that's what it is.
Simple physical fast. That makes sense.
I'm pretty sure. You know what? I can find it really quick.
I'm sure.
It's here it is. Okay. SFP, simple, fast, and physical. All right. Well, he's not very creative then because he could have just made it SPF, which would be easier for people to remember than like. Yeah. This would be like if no, never mind. It'd be like if you had an acronym with the letters F and B and I, but then you put them in a different order, and you were like, yeah, it's BIF. Let me tell you about it.
Right.
So, anyways,
I think
there's going to be a little bit of learning curve early on, and Babish likes to play, bend don't break. Mm-hmm. With the Bills, there was a lot of soft zone coverage. He likes having those safeties deep. Packer fans are going to be pissed. All right, they're tired of what they've seen from Packers defenses for a bunch of years now. By the way, Babbage used to work under Mike Pettin as well. Okay. So this is not me saying anything negative about the scheme or about what the approach is going to be. I don't have a problem with it. You can make it work. It's a fine scheme, right? Nothing wrong with it. You can make it work. Probably have to have the right guys on the field. And I don't think that Keisean Nixon is one of them. But he's probably going to be out there.
I imagine so.
But Packer fans are going to be mad. Like, prepare yourself to go, oh, here we go again. Getting, death by 1,000 cuts. Well, what is this? Why are they lining up 10 yards off the line of scrimmage? It's what they do, man. Like,
you're going to see it.
More than half of the NFL defenses do it, okay? It's effective. You just also have to have good players out there. Yeah. And a lot of the time we haven't. Now, look, there were some times, I think it was under Joe Barry, there were some times when you did legitimately have the safeties 40 yards off the line of scrimmage in like a couple limited circumstances, all right? There are screenshots of the safeties being 40 yards back, and there were people mad about that, okay? But if you have the corners 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, that just means they're not playing press man, all right?
Yeah.
Like, just because they start 10 yards off the line of scrimmage and it's 3rd and 2 doesn't mean you're giving up 10 yards on 3rd and 2. That's not what that means.
Right. And that's the thing. If you're going to see more match stuff, right, there's no reason to be near the line of scrimmage. Because there's no reason to create more. You don't need to create traffic for crossing routes to work more effectively. Right? When that happens, because that's the thing with quarters that you say, oh, what's the vulnerabilities? Lots of crossers, so communication is big. And if you're by the line of scrimmage, and more like that, and teams condense formations on you, right? That will be a problem. And so that's where this sort of like match and pattern matching routes has taken hold, because it's like, okay, if you see you need to take what's vertical your direction, or you're taking what's breaking out, you're taking what's breaking in, like and do it like that, because you effectively eliminate potential traffic and collisions on your own team, and you improve communication. And
what's bad for trying to do this? Two things that are really bad. One is young DBs who are still just trying to get their feet under them in the first place. The other is guys who make a lot of mental errors, like Keisean and Valentine. So this is an uphill battle from the start. If you don't like our current guys, if you go to the draft to find new corners, you're going to have young guys who are going to have a harder time with the communication, with passing guys off.
Before. Which there aren't.
Well, I'm not, and college is getting older. There are guys.
There was a guy that I think everybody wanted last draft that has experience with this system.
When you say last draft, you mean the 2025 draft?
That's correct.
I don't know why I have such a hard time remembering the 2025 draft. The 24 draft is like burned in my memory. So let me think here. Corners we wanted in 25. It was Trey. Oh, who else was there?
That's right.
Oh, it was Trey.
He played at Bama before Ole Miss. He knew he was a part of Saban's. But he has experience with Saban stuff. He has experience with the match 3 stuff. Like he had seen it.
I
all.
mean, Saban and
Belichick
like basically invented match.
Yeah. So like he had seen it all. He had been through the ringer on plenty of schemes. So it is. I hate to bring it back to that, but I'm just saying there are guys who are going to have some experience with this. It's not going to be many. And so that's you think about like corners we've drafted off the top of my head. Malik Muhammad. If Green Bay were to happen to draft him, he has no experience in this at all. He was in heavy 3-match, cover 3, a lot of that. It will be a learning curve for him, right? Like that's just how it's going to be with some of these guys. So if I have the cornerback class, we're still getting started working through that, but it'll be interesting to see who has some experience in any of that.
Is it safe to say that this kind of needs to be a defensive heavy draft class for us? I mean, like, first of all, the defensive roster, pretty depleted at some spots. Somebody earlier in the chat mentioned like that we're thin everywhere except for safety. Here it is, Chris.
I have it.
If Quay leaves, this defense is short at all levels except for safety. And like I would say, like probably the position you feel second best about is defensive end with Micah and LVN, but also we have some questions there because, like, how soon is Micah going to be ready to play? And like we think LVN is really good. We think we've seen it, but like we still need like actual 100% certified proof.
Yes,
that he could do it. We feel pretty confident, but we still need proof. And so, like, again, if they're letting Kingsley walk, which I hope they don't, you know, it's still a little scary there. Defensive tackle, awful.
We already know.
Cornerback, awful. Yeah. Linebacker, like, I like it right now, but again, if Quay leaves, it's thin. Yeah. Like, all of a sudden, you got Hopper playing a lot, and, like, there's some people who are going to be really happy to hear that, and I don't think they're going to be happy watching it, but whatever. Even if he's a hit, linebacker's still thin. It's still thin.
Yeah.
Even if Hopper is a hit, and I don't know that we have actual evidence that he is a hit.
True.
We have a lot of wish casting there.
Yes, I would say so. Couple things. Tool for this says this big point for Hadley as well. More focused on the skills of his players. I think that's regarding Babbage, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Gannon.
Rather than Gannon. Okay.
Well, Tool for this is responding to me saying that
because Gannon's
like,
versatile
Gannon's
coach.
thing.
Yeah. So
that's Gannon. Yeah. So like that was my rebuttal to like
Buda Baker for a few seasons, right, and being able to kind of move him around the formation. Okay.
Because that was my rebuttal to the we're going to switch back to a 3-4 base defense. Like it would be really dumb to do that and very out of character for Gannon. Everywhere Gannon's been, he's been all about adapting what the defense does to what the players are good at, which is a big reason why he's been able to survive really bad cornerback play at a number of spots. Like so like other than this past year when he had a bunch of rookies who were good, like when was the last time that Gannon had good corners to work with? It was in Indianapolis, wasn't it?
That's probably right.
And like that, he's Gannon worked with Eberflus for a long time, and like that was an Eberflus thing as well. Eberflus's reputation nowadays is like not that good because he failed as a head coach, but he was a highly respected defensive coordinator. That's why he got the Bears head coaching gig in the first place. Yeah, Chris says finding a good NFL corner is tough, man. Well, it is tough, and it's even tougher when you don't look for one. And Gutekunst didn't even try and bring anybody in last year. He brought in freaking Nate Hobbs as the only addition. And all right, I guess if you went out and looked, and the only guy you saw who was rosterable was Nate Hobbs, and then that's why you didn't bring in anybody else in, I guess. But that's disheartening if that's the best that our GM could do.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris thinks Micah won't be back until week 10. I mean, it's certainly possible. I would say anywhere from like week 1 to week 10 feels within the range of possible outcomes. Enigbari and Gary both may be gone. I mean, I think at this point we would be pretty surprised if Gary is back. Really surprised.
I think so.
Like, it seems like he's played himself out of Green Bay. Who was worse, Hobbs or Banks? Well, I mean, this was the question all year. Jake, what's your official final answer on who was worse, Hobbs or Banks?
Probably Hobbs.
Yeah, I think it's clearly Hobbs. They were both bad. Now, that's like in terms of like play on the field. When you factor in the contracts, like Banks was easily the much worse signing because we are paying Hobbs like a fraction of what we're paying Banks. But they were both bad signings. Both played poor football.
Yep.
So, yeah. I mean, like, and here's the thing. So, like, Hobbs didn't play much because he was hurt all year because he's an older cornerback who's never done anything. And then when he was on the field, he was pretty bad. He was really bad. And then, like, they even, like, really tried to cater to his strengths and, like, only play him inside, and he was still bad.
Yeah.
My recollection, I want to pull this up. My recollection was that he finished the season a little stronger. His final 3 games, according to PFF, his final 4 games were all trending in a better direction. Now, the snap counts are really low. Other than the Week 16 game against the Bears, where he played 38 snaps, and that was a very bad game for him in coverage. But he played a lot of snaps near the line of scrimmage, had a good run defense grade, had 2 pressures on the quarterback, was really bad in coverage. Okay, the other 3 games in that 4-game span, he played exactly 10 snaps each. So 30 snaps across 3 games. So that was the first Chicago game, it was the Denver game, it was the Baltimore game that he did not play in the playoffs. Trending in the right direction, but also like, so there's 4 games right there. 3 of them he played 10 snaps in each. And then the 1 game in the middle where he played 38 snaps was his worst game of those 4 via PFF grades. So, whatever. He was trending kind of in a better direction as the season ended. He just wasn't good enough. We got 358 total snaps from him this year, 245 in coverage. Really expensive for 245 snaps, and wasn't good. He allowed 68% completion on the season for 239 yards. The long of 35. He gave up 2 touchdowns. He had an NFL passer rating when targeted of 125.3. 3 penalties. Thank you very much. But yeah, it just wasn't good. I'm going to stop. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
Here's how many penalties Keisean had. Let's check this out. Keisean Nixon. He's the only Keisean in the NFL. That's hilarious. He had, where's the penalties? 13 penalties this year. 13. By the way, each of the last 3 years, his penalties have increased. 23, he had 5. 24, he had 9. 25, he had 13. Let's run it back in 26. Excited for these double-digit penalties.
Well, was
I
that
bet we
just
can
more
hit
snaps?
Do
we have a penalties per snap?
No, he played approximately 1,000 snaps in each of those 3 years. 937 in 23, 1077 in 24, and 1091. So like the snaps did increase each year, but it did not.
enough.
The penalties did not increase proportionally.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, like bring him back for one more year. We can definitely hit 20 penalties plus.
Let's go
easily at this rate. Do you think Banks was like, "What is wrong with this guy?" Whether his agent told him the offer from Goot? Maybe a little bit, but also all these guys think they're amazing. They all think they're God's gift to football. Just ask Keisean Nixon. Accomplished all his goals for the year. 13 penalties.
It's true.
Oh boy. So Gannon. So can we talk about the defensive line for Gannon? What we expect under him? Do you think that he's going to be talking to LaFleur and Gutekunst and say, "I need you to get me some more better defensive tackles in order to field the defense I want"?
Probably should have been part of the interview process. Yeah. I feel like.
I found it interesting
do you have any
that
questions? It's that part of the interview where it's like, do you have any questions for me?
do you have any?
And it's
Do
like,
you
yeah,
plan
do you
to get some players?
Do you know what defensive line is? Defensive tackle? Do you know what that is?
I notice you don't ever invest at defensive tackle. Is that like a philosophical thing, or is it just like bad luck?
Yeah.
I find it interesting that the majority of the guys that we interviewed or were like rumored to have really strong interest in, CC Jim Leonard, most of the guys were defensive back guys, a lot of DB guys.
Yeah.
And the first position coach we hire is Bobby Babich, who's a secondary guy. I think that's really interesting. And like Jeff Hafley was a DB guy. He was a cornerbacks coach for the 49ers and the Browns and Buccaneers, I think. And one other place like the Jaguars or something. He's always been all about the secondary, which I like. Like I want our defensive coordinator to really build like the point of the defense around the DBs. Hopefully the corners. You've heard a lot in the last few years as we've been talking about various coordinators, maybe for other teams, but including for the Packers, like, oh, this is a linebacker-driven defense. This is a safety-driven defense. Like, I tend not to like those types of defenses where it's a linebacker or safety-driven defense. But and like even like you look at Georgia, like there were talks about like, hey, do we bring in what's his name, Glenn Schumann? Or do we bring in Glenn Schumann for a defensive coordinator? And like, certainly he has a good resume. He's a quality candidate. But as we're looking at Schumann, number one, we don't have anywhere close to the type of roster needed to run his type of defense, which is very reliant on your defensive tackles and your linebackers getting after it. And then like everything else is kind of extraneous on there. You do some stuff with them, but it's built on, kind of those middle five doing their jobs. Yeah. Yeah. And like that's the opposite of what we have here. Like we have a strength at defensive end. We do have strength at safety. We need to get back to being strength at cornerback, which is a lot more like a Jeff Hafley type of defense. Get into that 4-2-5. I think that is more in line with what Gannon historically has liked to run. And we're not that far off if we can get some cornerbacks from being that kind of a defensive roster.
Right.
With the bonus of you have really good safeties, which can take that type of a defense from good to great. And I don't think you need to be incredible at defensive tackle or linebacker for that to be a very good defense.
Yeah.
So the quickest path to a roster that can hold up is elevate the corner position. And it's nice that we have Babich and Gannon, who both have a history of getting pretty good results from questionable cornerback talent. Delivering decent defenses despite lacking at cornerback.
Yeah.
And Dara Carragher, friend of the show, tweeted, this was 3 days ago now, the Arizona Cardinals had just 10 total coverage busts in 2026. I think he meant 2025. Under new Packers defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon.
No, that was just in the Rams game at the end of the year.
That was the
Week
third
18.
fewest
It
of
was
any
week 18,
defense, despite facing the ninth most pass attempts. And like, again, you look at the Cardinals defense and the cornerbacks there stand out as being so much better than the cornerbacks that the Cardinals previously had, or that the Eagles had when Gannon was there.
Yeah.
But also it's a bunch of young guys. And like, you like the potential future of that cornerback room, but it was not a good cornerback room this year. It just was a lot better than what it had been. Good players, but rookies make rookie mistakes. Southern Turtles says Jacob Rodriguez is a stud. It's true. It's true. Chris then says, what about Diggs? He tackled well against Minnesota, I thought. Diggs tackle. Oh, Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon.
He played like one snap against Minnesota. How much did he play for us?
No, I think he played one against Chicago.
Okay.
I think he might have played most of that Minnesota game.
As you can
Honestly,
tell, I still have not gone back.
I've never
and watched
seen
the
that
Minnesota
game.
that I boycotted.
I've never seen that game. I don't know anything about that game.
Oh, I thought you did watch it. I didn't watch it because I was so pissed
I don't
that
know
the Packers
anything about that.
punted on that game 3 days before it started. Like, they just didn't care at all.
I think.
So what about Diggs? Certainly a chance that the Packers bring him back in 26. Like, they were always going to cut him because the contract was not going to be something you were going to let him play out. And like Diggs knew that for sure. Would they bring him back in 26? Honestly, this is a room that you could add Diggs to as it stands right now. All right. Hobbs, Valentine, Nixon, like, you can add Diggs into that room.
Yeah.
There's cornerback rooms around the NFL that you should not add Diggs to. You could add Diggs to this room.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really have a strong opinion about that we should do that. I guess I kind of feel about it like I did about the Isaiah Simmons thing of like, why not bring him in? Because he's cheap. He's not going to have a lot of suitors. And there's some talent there that maybe you could hit on. Right? Same thing with Mecole Hardman. By the way, both of those guys end up being contributors in the playoffs. Maybe the Packers should have held on to him for their special teams contributions. Forgot. Packers don't care about special teams.
True. Let me see a couple things. Drew put this in way back at the beginning.
Hey, in my defense, I read this, and then you had another chart you wanted to show us instead.
Oh.
So Drew says Jonathan Gannon was a good hire, but not an elite hire in my opinion. I think the Packers like the fact that we can probably hang on to him for a while. I don't know if that second part maybe factored into it or not. I would lean toward it probably didn't factor in.
Probably not.
I think there's a couple things going on here. One, I think the Packers do like Gannon. And I think that they were nervous that if they didn't move quickly, they were going to lose him.
Yeah.
And you know, all the insiders, and I'm not going to name names, but all the insiders were insisting like it was Jim Leonard and Raheem Morris were the two guys with the inside track. You may notice the Packers didn't wait to interview Leonard, and nobody's hired Raheem Morris, including the Packers. So, you know, that's another L for the insiders. Gannon, I'm going to agree with you. I think he was a good hire, but not an elite hire. But I also think
all know who the elite hire was. He went back.
I'm going to be watching Dallas
Yes.
and Washington with great
Washington,
interest.
Durante. Yeah.
I'm going to be watching Washington and Dallas
I
with
don't.
great interest.
If they get a little better, I think that's good for Washington. Their roster, they are old. they're old. But yes, we are watching. We will be. As far as Christian Parker goes, we will watch your career with great interest.
I'm gonna say Durante as well because we like Durante. We like Durante as well, though.
Yes. Yeah, Washington will be an interesting one just because that might be like a 2-year build, and we'll see where he's at like middle of 27 when there's enough influx of talent. Because again, like you just think about like players they had on the roster last year, like Tuttle, Goldman, Sheldon Day were all in their 30s, right? Payne's got to be getting close to it if he's not there. Obviously, Bobby Wagner, extremely old.
Well, extremely old, but like still extremely good for some reason. Like
yes, but
still
like
hasn't
again,
fallen off despite all the odds.
Yeah,
Lattimore's
Lattimore's got to be close to 30.
You notice that's a thing with Hall of Famers, right? Like Bobby Wagner shouldn't still be good, but he just is.
Yeah.
And like frankly, Aaron Rodgers shouldn't still be good, but like he had himself a pretty nice season in Pittsburgh with not a very good supporting cast.
This is true.
Here's something.
Like I'm just looking
1
at the
hour before we
roster.
went live. I'm just seeing
Debo
this.
and McLaurin are both 30. Sorry, I just went on this tangent. Their tight end 1 is 29. Laramie Tunsil's
The
32.
resurgence of Debo is crazy to me because I've never liked Debo ever. But I really felt like he had fallen off pretty hard in the 24 season. And for him to come back in 25 and kind of be decent again, not that he was elite, but like certainly elevate back to decent was a surprise to me.
Yeah. They are Payne and Kinlaw both 29, Dorrance Armstrong 29. Frankie Louvu, I was wondering, he is 30. Lattimore is 30. Sainer still, who feels like he has just entered the league. He is 26.
Yeah, no, he was super old.
Amos was an older corner when they picked him, right? Like they are an older roster. There's like one offensive lineman under 27 who had snaps last year.
Drew said, "I am listening." By the way, we still have his comment pinned on here.
Oh yeah. But yeah. Anyway,
I think that
it'll be interesting to watch no matter what.
I think Gannon is very clearly not somebody you can get a good read on without knowing him in person.
Yeah. Well,
like there's definitely a mystery and an enigma there with him. Like you see the dorky clips on social media, right? With him, oh my gosh, who was the guy? Who was the guy he was talking to when he was doing that with his hands? We called him a rocket. Bombs. Who's the receiver?
Hollywood? No.
Nope.
I have no idea. Receiver?
Wasn't it a receiver? He's doing the arms. He's like, "This is you. Bombs. You got your bombs."
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. You know what? I figured everybody had seen it, but
Dortch?
No. We're just gonna have to play it. We're just gonna play it.
Okay, while you're pulling that up. Chris N asked a couple questions quick. He said, are they going to pay Quay? Should they? I think it's a lot to pay for him, right? 15, 16 million. I feel like they aren't going to. I feel like they aren't. If Green Bay had enough space, I would consider keeping him, but I don't know. This class might convince them otherwise a little bit. And yes, Chris, backup at nickel because of injury. Yes, the nickel is so important in this thing that if there's going to be still the principles of that, I know he's been adaptable, but like I still think based on philosophically what he wants to be, like having a quality nickel, the backup Bullard is a big deal. Yes. All right, you got that sucker.
I'm so mad because I've seen this video like
Chris-
10 times in the last
Chris
week.
also
So far,
asked.
all I found is a GIF.
Chris also asked JJ, "Is that real or a backdrop?" Packers room. He says it's killer.
So you notice that my microphone keeps disappearing like all the time, right?
He might have realized, but yes.
It's and like look, parts
It
of my
is
beard are missing.
Also, the photo, if you move to your left, I think maybe you're mirrored or not.
My left would be
yes,
this way.
yes. So that photo back there.
You like that
kind of
jersey number right there?
It looks like it's the head is like either like Among Us bean, or it looks like a cute cuddly teddy bear almost.
Well, it also couldn't decide whether this dude's butt was on the front or the back.
Yeah, it
like
does.
One of his legs has a butt cheek and the other one doesn't.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that. Okay.
I'm still looking for this stupid clip. Does anybody remember who the player is? Because this will help if I can put the player's name. It's making me so mad that I can't find it. I swear I've seen this video 10 times in the last 3 days. I keep seeing the fire in your gut. Did you drive here and take the bus clip? Like that's everywhere as I'm searching for this other video with bombs. I even searched Gannon bombs and I can't find it. That's you. Bombs. It's on bombs are catching.
Who is this? I mean, I found the video. I just don't know who it is.
Can you share the video for us then? Because I
Yeah.
don't have it.
Yeah, I've got it.
Chris says, too bad is real life that bad back there. It's just not an interesting room. Like this is an interesting room. So much so that you commented on it. Like look at Jake's background. Is that interesting? It's not interesting. All right? Jake's content not having an interesting background. I want an interesting background.
Oh. Oops. There we go.
Did you share it with sound?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Good. Good. Shoo, 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 shoo. Shots, explosives. You can run. What's up?
Who is that?
I don't know. It's not Buddha.
No. Is it Dortch? Is it Greg Dortch?
Doesn't look like it. Maybe
No,
it is.
It's not Greg Dortch.
Well, maybe it is. Maybe this is him. Oh, this is weird. Here, I'm gonna share the screen. Here's a Dortch.
It kind of looks like it is. Wait. When did he get hired?
Oh, look at this picture. Look at this picture. That looks like Dortch.
This is 3 seasons for him, right?
That's him. That's the same guy. Look at that. Guy A. Guy B. That's the same guy. Skin tone is identical. He's got the same kind of like thicker neck. Same facial hair.
Me going to the roster.
Adam Huddle says that's Rondale Moore.
Oh, that's who it is for sure. Yes.
Well, maybe that's Rondale Moore. Yeah.
That is.
Let's go back.
Marquise Brown was still there. Yeah.
And Rondale is pretty speedy. Oops.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that picture. That's like a drawing.
it is.
Freaky. There you go. All right, we're gonna go with this one. Ready? We got this picture. This is the last one we're gonna check. This picture versus that's the same guy. I know I said it was the same guy with Greg Dortch, but this is even more the
You
same guy.
did say that. Yeah.
Look at that. That's the
true.
same dude.
Yep. Rondale Moore.
Chris says Jake is muted. Nope.
I don't think so. That was a few minutes ago. Jake is called
Don't give up your
out.
secrets, JJ. Okay, fine. I will not let you know that my microphone keeps disappearing. It's a secret hidden microphone.
Rondale was speedy. You. Oh gosh.
It's you.
So dumb. Oh, background is mute. Okay.
No, he's got a light switch back there. I guess not that bad. I will tell you, because I have been to Jake's place, the rest of his place is very interesting. I like it. My favorite part of Jake's place, and I said this before already,
Books.
it's the bookshelf. He's got to make. Although you also had some really good food there, so that was cool too. But the books was the highlight. There was
I've added to the bookshelf.
So the morning I was leaving, you were getting ready for the day, and I was just sitting on the couch, and I had like a stack of your books next to me, and I made it probably 3 or 4 chapters into your book about like the unspoken rules of baseball. That was good.
Some great.
Dortch ran a 4.59, so definitely not Dortch. Had to be more who ran in the 4.2s. Yeah.
How dare you think Dortch can't make explosive plays just because he ran a 4.59?
Listen, what idiot would look at a picture of Dortch and say,
JSN didn't run. Has he had explosive plays this year? You think he's a 4.2 guy?
He's not explosive.
So
we'll never know what his speed is because he never ran it.
Buka? He made explosive plays this year?
One of my old tweets resurfaced where I said if the Packers passed on JSN, that would be a mistake because he was the best. I said he was the best receiver in the previous 6 classes or something like that.
Wow.
And I think that aged pretty well. I think the Packers made a mistake by passing on him.
So it's close.
I mean, Jayden Reed's like almost as good as JSN, right? Like, number 1 offense, Seahawks, number 2 offense. We saw it on the chart. Number 2 offense, Packers, right?
That's Golden and Watson. I don't know who this Reed fella is. Never heard of him.
Huddle says, we talk about McDuffie running a 4.61 and looking like he runs in sand in coverage. Who's the good coverage linebackers in this draft? I mean, okay, let me put this to you guys. Do you want to talk more about Gannon and Babbage and like what like the defensive coaching staff is going to look like and what the scheme is going to look like? Or do you want to get into the mock drafts? I'm not asking Jake because he's always going to vote for mock drafts. We also don't have any donos for mock drafts, guys. So I don't know. Like Jake's going to have to talk me into a pro bono one.
It's probably true.
I say that like I don't like doing mock drafts too. Drew says mock drafts. Chris says, how big is Puka Nacua's contract? Right now, not very big, but it's going to be really big.
It's going to be massive. Those two are getting extensions, both.
No, they were in the same class, right? No, Puka was the year after him.
No, they're both 23.
Okay, so who gets, like, obviously the answer is whoever signs second, but who gets paid more, Puka or JSN?
Puka. Well,
I think JSN.
Seattle's probably going to have more room.
The Rams are always having to work in the margins. Iowa Joe, I can't put that on the screen.
Rams have 26
Look, I got to turn off the show comments on the stage preview until that goes off.
Definitely have more an effective cap space. The Rams are
pro bono.
Rams are 9.
Huddle says JSN's getting more actual money.
I mean, JSN is younger, by the way. Puka might only play out this next contract that he signs.
Well, but obviously what we're talking about is for their second contract, where they both get their big payday and become the number 1 and number 2 highest paid receivers in the land. Who gets more money? We got a dono here. We got a dono. $5 from Chris N.
I mean, I think Puka's better, but JSN's probably going to get more. I think Puka deserves more, but JSN probably gets more.
So Chris sent in $5 and said, "Is $5 enough for one 7-round mock draft?" Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Appreciate your support. Drew says, "What's the long-term plans with Josh Jacobs? Extend him or draft a replacement?" We're not there yet, man.
I don't think they're extending him.
They certainly need to draft a replacement. The question though is whether they still foolishly believe that MarShawn Lloyd is the replacement, or if they're going to recognize reality, which is you have to draft another running back. Here's the other thing. And the Packers, when it's not a quarterback, the Packers have been pretty short-sighted in recent years, and it's a result, I think, of their like all-in chasing the Super Bowl mentality. Of there are some obvious needs coming down the pipe that they don't do enough to address before it's an emergency, because they're trying to make sure that they are maximizing how they use their resources for like that given year a lot of the time. And so I think there's a solid chance that they look at the running back room and say, hey, Josh Jacobs, Emmanuel Wilson, Chris Brooks, we like all three of those guys. And then like MarShawn Lloyd, stud of the future once he just gets healthy. And then they say we don't need to draft anybody. And the reality is you are always one season away from not having Josh Jacobs anymore.
Yep.
Like the path from where we are right now, which is we're very happy with Josh Jacobs, to cutting him at the end of this year. It's not a long distance you have to travel, especially at running back. And so then you get from right now we go, oh, Jacobs and Lloyd and the two young guys to just those two young guys at the end of the season. And so you have to go get a starter in the offseason. This front office does not have a demonstrated history of being that proactive.
Except that edge rusher.
So, yeah, you're right.
Except
you're right.
that
Edge rusher.
That's really
edge rusher and tackle are the exceptions.
Yeah, which those are, to be fair, very good exceptions. Those are, and quarterback. Quarterback, they're definitely.
I already said quarterback though.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah, those three, and which those are good ones to do. It seems like Goody's actually been proactive at receiver the last couple as well. Right now, with going to get Golden and Savion, like that seems to me like that's going to be like, okay, we know that this core four are, there's going to be a few of them out the door, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
And so, and I think like this showed it a little bit, because I think there was a lot more of like, oh yeah, they're going to go this way, and they took 2 receivers and 3 picks. So
it's also very clearly like a course correction from learning the hard way that you can't ignore receiver for 4 straight years and do nothing except for draft an undersized slot out of Clemson and think that's going to be good enough. And then whatever the heck. Oh no, he was in the Watson and Doubs here. Never mind. I'm putting
so let's
our Hall of Fame here.
Yeah, so Adam asked about McDuffie running a 4.6, looking like he runs in sand in coverage, which is right. He says, who's a good coverage linebackers in this draft? Well,
I vote,
Turtles,
Jake.
Good example of one. So
I
Turtles
vote
is a
that we
really good
should
example.
do our mock draft here, talk about the coverage linebackers as we go through it, and we do this mock draft, obviously, with the perspective of who we've now hired as our DC and secondary coach. Iowa Joe says, I don't know what I want to drink. Someone make a decision for me. Pib extra zero sugar or sparkling ice with caffeine. I didn't know that they had a caffeinated ice, but I'm a huge fan of ice. So definitely do that. And Chris says,
clip that.
do the cherry limeade. Oh, you're doing the immigration customs enforcement.
Oh man, that's a good one to have. We'll keep that.
Hey, Vikings fans already hate me, so
that's
what it is.
That's really good. Sparkling ice I did know had caffeine. I have tried the strawberry citrus and the The citrus twist. I've tried those. Because I did know this was a thing.
So let's see here. So is this all the flavors?
Though that's the
this
sparkling
is all.
ice.
I think this is all the
those
flavors.
the caffeine ones. I thought the caffeine ones were like the cans, but maybe that's.
Why is it so blurry? We need a.
I don't know. It looks like vitamin water. Citrus twist is the go-to. It's pretty good. Because
So listen, here's the thing.
That's not the caffeinated, right? No.
Well, where's the caffeinated ones?
I don't know.
Classics. We got to go back to products.
Yeah, it must. Okay.
Caffeine. Here we go. So I don't know that I've had any of these.
No.
No, I drink the classics all the time.
Wait. I've never seen orange cream and root beer caffeine.
I don't know if root beer would be that good, but
peach nectarine.
So what? They only have 3 flavors?
No.
Okay, here we go. Black raspberry.
That's gotta be good.
I really love raspberry, except for when it comes to beverages. I tend to not like raspberry beverages that much.
Okay.
Like this type, caffeinated. That's not really my thing so much. But raspberry, anything else? Black raspberry ice cream, the best.
Ooh, that sounds really good. Now I might go get some of that.
Well, they usually call it fruit whip. It's a black raspberry fruit whip, but it's ice cream. Blue raspberry is always a good time. Cherry vanilla, I'm often out on cherry vanilla, but it can be good.
Citrus twist is good. I've had that.
It looks good. Watermelon lemonade.
Huh.
That could work. I like watermelon juice. Tropical punch, that's got to be good. They got pineapple and mango in it. That's got to be good.
Yeah, that's got to be elite.
Strawberry citrus,
I'm
sure that slaps. I'm sure it slaps.
Strawberry usually is the way.
Ice energy? Oh, wow. I wonder if these are any good.
All right. Berry blasts. Maximum mango.
I feel like power punch looks like it's going to be really good. Orange and pineapple.
Those ones are more expensive.
why
Mango's in the middle. It's not as expensive.
Just add to the list of energy drinks that we give free advertising to every week.
Yeah. What are we doing?
It's lifesavers. Ice lifesavers? Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh, you know what? I did have one of these. Which one did I have? It was no, it was like an orange one. Oh, serious?
Lifesavers pineapple. Why is mango cheaper? Must
one
not be
of
as good. The energy
No, it was a Starburst. That's what I had. I definitely had the Starburst.
Oh.
Yep, this is the one I had. I had orange.
This is real.
And strawberry. The strawberry was very good.
Strawberry's gonna be so good.
It was very good. I have not, and there's 0 sugar. I have not seen any of the other flavors available, though.
Okay.
I thought the orange was like kind of just okay, but the strawberry was excellent. Oh, man. All right, let's go to the classics though.
Adam was like, "What are you doing? Get the heck out of this sparkling ice crap," and say, let's talk about Quay. And I don't hate it.
Quay's probably gone. He's probably gone.
It does seem like
I would be in favor of bringing him back, but maybe not at that price tag.
What was the 5th year option going to be? 14, 12, 14, something like that.
13 sounds about right.
Okay, that would have been interesting to see because then okay, how does he look at the in the scheme adjustment potentially? Like then we would have had a better handle on it. I think it is weird now that it's like, all right, the scheme might adjust a little bit, and maybe he's not exactly what you want.
These bubbles.
Don't know. Yeah, I know.
I like these bubbles flying up.
Goodness. Berry lemonade.
So back to important matters. Berry lemonade is good. Black cherry is good, but in small doses. If you have like 2 in the same week, it's a bit much.
That's funny.
Black raspberry. I don't know that I have an opinion on black raspberry. I've had it. It's decent. Cherry limeade, good. Again, it's a little strong. Kind of in the same vein of like black cherry.
I would believe
cherry
that
limeade
to be
is
strong.
Good.
I would believe that to be strong.
It is good though. Classic lemonade. It's hard to top this. This is one of the better ones they have.
Mini cans. Cute.
Never seen that. Never seen that in the store. Coconut pineapple.
Yes.
I did like this. I think I didn't like just the straight up coconut. Where's the coconut?
Oh,
That might be
just
discontinued.
coconut.
Oh, page 2.
Yay!
That might be on page 2.
Just coconut.
Cranberry frost I've never seen. Fruit punch is good,
The cans do kind of look really good. I agree. The cans.
but they're small. I like the big.
I know.
size.
They
You get
need
big,
the-
really nice
they need
tall
the-
zero sugar beverage.
They need the Izzy at least to be the size of what Izzy cans were.
Ginger lime I haven't had.
That's
Drew
gotta
says
be
ginger
like-
lime. It sounds disgusting. No, it's a Moscow Mule, man. Moscow Mule.
It probably
you
it
never
probably
had a
doesn't
mule,
sound
that's what it
good,
is.
but like ginger is like good. Okay. Yeah, Moscow mules are good. So that I'm in on that.
Grape raspberry I've never seen. I would try it. I doubt it's great, but I would try it. You do have a page 2. I'm sure the coconut one's in here. Maybe it's
Yeah,
just
orange
discontinued.
mango's been a classic. Peach nectarine. Yeah, kiwi strawberry.
All right, so let's see. Kiwi
Grapefruit
strawberry is great. Lemon lime is a little boring.
Grapefruit now.
Orange mango is one of the better ones they have. Grapefruit is the best. Where's grapefruit? Yep, grapefruit. This is the single best flavor they have. It's mild, which is nice. It's like a subtle mild. You can have a couple of these. You'll have like 3 of these in a week and not have it be too much. Peach nectarine. I'm not sure I understand the point of it because peach and nectarine taste identical. It's just about the texture with those two.
And it feel like
Just call
you're
it
not
peach
gonna-
peach.
I don't think you're gonna
call
notice the
peach peach.
texture in there.
Well, that's my point. Like, what's the
Yeah.
point of making a peach
I don't
nectarine flavored fizzy drink?
And it's not like they needed to. It's not like, oh, we need another fruit to name in there. You could have just said like juicy peach, which
You like a nice juicy peach. I know.
okay.
Okay, raspberry lemonade. This
All right.
might be their second
Well,
best.
clip
one
that too.
behind grapefruit.
Clip it too. Okay. If you must. Anyway,
Do you remember I sent you the thing? If you say that phrase you just said,
I know.
it actually auto clips it for us.
Yep. So those will be 2 really great ones to have. What do you guys do on Derailed? Well,
Here's the thing. You're
Let
gonna
me show you.
you're gonna hold the ice comment over my head and be like, listen, you step out of line, I'm posting this. And I'm gonna hold the juicy peach comment over you. And like, you release the ice comment, I'll release the juicy peach comment.
you release this file, I'll release this one.
It's mutually assured destruction.
Yeah. Hold on. I should not look this up, but I am.
I'm terrified to know.
Okay, yeah.
Drew
okay,
says
okay,
nectarine
okay.
tastes more like orange, doesn't it? No, nectarine tastes exactly like
Okay,
peach.
okay.
They're the same
So
flavor.
Are
you sharing something?
yeah, here,
Share screen.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Okay, so this is why I said this. First of all, just we're gonna clear the air. All right. This is how you're gonna be able to. Okay. So, whoops. Hold on. We're good. Okay. Live show.
This is delicious. I
This
had
is
one of these.
really good, by the way. All right, this is good. More free press for these guys. I swear. This one's
You
good.
know, the
lime.
flavor buttons there are dumb because you have to
You
hover
have
over
to
them see
you
what's
have
there.
to figure out which is I
So the cotton
This is-
candy one is actually elite. The cotton
Really?
candy
I've
Alani
never
is
had it.
elite.
Oh,
It's
that
it's
looks fun.
it was super
Looks-
hard to find for a long time, and it's now finally. Sherbet Swirl's good.
I like
Cotton
that one.
candy's elite. The Dream Float I thought was like just okay, not that great.
Yeah,
Haven't had Orange Kiss.
that one's fine. It's very
Wine
very,
shaved ice is kind of fine, yeah. The cherry twist is a little much for me. It's a beautiful can, but it's a little much for me. Juicy peach is great. Cosmic Stardust,
It's
a little
very,
overrated.
It's very like berry sugary. Like it's a lot of sugary berry in that. I know it says 0 sugar.
Iowa Joe
boy
says
now this.
the
now.
Witch's Brew one. It was caramel apple. Witch's Brew is
I never had it.
excellent.
I
It's
didn't
peak.
have it.
It's
I'm so upset.
well, it's super hard to get. It's super
so
hard to get. We have a stockpile of it. We have I have to
the
tell you.
Winter Wonderland.
We have
was
a
good too,
bin
by the
in
way.
our basement. We have a bin in our basement with discontinued limited time 0 sugar flavors of the different drinks that my wife and I like. So she's got a bunch of like
think I've been on
discontinued
this one.
Alani flavors. I have discontinued flavors of 0 sugar Mountain Dew down there. And then also
Well,
Redacted Energy. I have a humongous stockpile of discontinued Redacted Energy flavors down there. Breezeberry. I just can't remember if I like this one or not.
I haven't had this. It looks great. But anyway.
Mhm.
Oh, cherry bombs.
Drew says, did you ever try the 5-hour energy can? There's a can of 5-hour energy?
That seems like a bad. That seems.
Well, you're probably just diluting it to get to the can. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Look at this. Look at these cans.
Redacted Energy is taking on a new name. Will we ever get to a mock draft? I don't know.
I tried.
Never know.
And you didn't want to. You
What
wanted
do you mean?
to
You do. Who's you?
Oh, look at that.
Joe.
Raspberry
wins
Raz.
Joe wins Derailer of the Week. So I have a question. So, yeah.
We're going to rename this stream just Redacted Energy has competition now. That's all it's going to be called. Redacted Energy now has competition.
Yeah.
Drew says, when I like the stream, it's actually a football.
Yes.
Now.
Yes. This is starting to happen. They're starting to do
reclassified our show as because they added some new categories on YouTube. And so I was able to classify our podcast as a football podcast. So yeah. If you want what he's talking about on YouTube, go to YouTube.
Yeah, hit
press
that
the
button.
like
Hit
button.
the thumbs up.
Press the like button, and it turns into a football.
It's sick.
It really does. It's cool.
Can I
Iowa
get
Joe,
to a comment?
Derailer of the week. Somebody could still dethrone you because we still have left.
Can I say that the 5th-year option for Quay 14.75? I would consider picking that up.
You just said you wouldn't do it for 15 mil, but for
that's a
quarter mil
4-year
less.
For 4-year extension, 15 a year, right? Now you get 1 year to show me. So yes, 100%. 4 years at 15 mil, which again, it's not going to be right 60. It'll be like in the 40s, probably guaranteed, whatever. But I don't know. Anyway,
Starting the draft here. Let's see if we can trade down because I want more picks. I don't like how few picks we have. Jake, who needs to move up in this draft?
I don't know. I just accept trades from teams.
Where's but like in the other mock draft machines, there's just like trades sitting there for you.
I know.
So
well, there will be trades sitting there once you get to the pick.
You know who always loves to trade up? The Bears and the Rams.
Once you get to it, they'll offer you something.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
yeah,
start draft.
Once you get there, you'll
and
get
shaboom trade.
Some
Here you
offers.
go. Here you go.
You get 5.
Okay. These 3. So let's see. The Lions want to move back. Want to move up quite a bit, and they're offering.
I get the Panthers' whole draft.
Titans 66.
So I take 7.
Hey, don't be doing your own
Should
draft.
I take 6 picks for pick 52?
Listen, Chris paid $5 for this draft.
Right.
It needs your full attention.
All right. We have 5-9. Down 5-9 spots to get extra 4th is peak. It is.
What do you think about this? 66, 101, 140, and 142 for 52. That ain't happening.
That's kind of sick. Wait, how the heck? Yeah, all right.
What do you think about this one?
More picks. No, give them another.
66.
Bleed them dry. Bleed them. Make them hurt.
All right. Resume draft. Bada boom. Okay, now we are in round 3, and we have quite a few picks to start working with here. So, first order of business, we desperately need defensive tackle and cornerback help. So let's look at those 2 positions, see who we like. We're also going to look at the available linebackers here because that's also about to be a huge position of need unless Jake can execute his 15-year, $1 million deal he's trying to work out with Quay.
Yeah.
Where's DI? Josiah Trotter, Mizzou, Dalen Everett, Georgia.
So
Jacob Rodriguez right here. Look at that.
Coverage,
he's just sitting right here.
Yeah, coverage linebackers. I want to just a couple things. I feel like PFF. I feel like you looking at grades and all that. I feel like linebacker play is like one of the biggest disconnects.
That's okay because
Now-
you know who doesn't know how to scout linebackers? NFL GMs.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
Right. So you'll get like a guy like CJ Allen, who's is pretty low. When I actually think like watching him in communication on coverage assignments and also the difficulty of coverage assignments that Georgia gave him, I think will only help him get better at the next level to be a better coverage player. So I think like that's something that concerns me with how they grade this. Now Rodriguez was a good player in coverage. I think Jay Golday is good for Cincinnati. Might be in play around where Green Bay picks. I know Tarian York's better in coverage. I mean, he's 5'11", 227, so he better be from Texas A&M. But, yeah, I mean, Rodriguez, hey, I mean.
Do we know, by the way, so we keep talking about Skylar Gill-Howard.
Yep,
he's in?
Yes, he's in.
So now I'm so torn about whether I want Skylar Gill-Howard or
you can get him at
Jacob
84.
Rodriguez.
You can get Gill-Howard at 84.
We're gonna take two Texas Tech guys back.
Texas Tech.
We're so in on Jacob Rodriguez.
It'd be really funny if he wasn't there. He might not be. That'd be so funny, honestly.
I'd be so sad. Here he is. We're taking him. All right, I've been saying for months there was no way he was going to the NFL. He is.
Hey, oh my gosh, Will Lee. Oh wait, because we got pick 101. That's why. Okay, sure.
Corner.
Yes. Absolute running back.
Whoa. I'm in. We'll take a look at it. Linebacker, edge. All right.
Michael Camara.
Big guy. Redshirt senior. Nick Singleton, I'm way out. Katron Allen, I'm in. Malik Muhammad, we're kind of out. Will Lee. Albert Regis. I forget. Do we like Regis? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Tim Keenan we like.
But
Tim Keenan we like. We really desperately need some cornerback help here.
IGB. Will Lee, Malik Muhammad, IGB. All options.
Let's see. Adam Huddle says
Can I
going
interest you in a
down
Derek
5 to
Moore?
9 spots to get an extra fourth is peak. Yeah, it ticks me off that Goody doesn't do that more. Drew, do you think there's
Can I
any
interest
legs
you?
to the rumor that Vegas may trade number 1 and more to Baltimore for Lamar Jackson? I can't imagine that actually.
No.
Chris says, where does Goot rank versus other GMs
they
as it
do?
relates to drafting? So a couple of years ago, he was
They
ranked
do that.
really high. I remember the top 3 guys were what's the guy? I can't stand him. The Colts guy, Chris
Ballard.
Ballard, Gutekunst, and Brandon Bean from the Bills. All right,
Interesting.
I would bump all 3 of those guys down. Would be my guess.
Light.
But like mathematically, a few years ago, that's where it was. And Howie Roseman
Roseman, Light.
needs to be a lot higher.
Roseman, Light.
Light does a good job, and actually,
I'm trying to think.
I can't stand this guy, Les Snead for the Rams. He's done a really nice job drafting the last few years.
Yep.
Drew says we can make a really good draft of all the players from the state of Texas. That's true most years, especially if you factor in guys who just played high school football.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, if you do high school Texas guys, yeah, you're in good shape, I think.
I kind of want to just look at corner here for a minute though, because we're desperate for some cornerback help. So
if guys like Tucker and Llewellyn are there at like 158 or whatever, wherever we're picking, that's an option at edge. But yeah, corner like
Jermaine Matthews is already he's going back to school.
Devin Marshall, North Carolina State.
Yeah, we do like him. Oh, look at that. That's juicy.
Yeah. Devin Marshall.
Man coverage is not that good, but we're going to be playing.
That's
a lot of
okay.
zones.
We're technically it's not man, it's match. So
Kind of in on taking Devin Marshall.
let me
Is there anybody else we should be considering here?
just so we're clear on this. Devin Marshall, 5'10" and 3/8, 197. That's in the jaw range.
Say that
It's
again.
like
Nope, say that again.
5'10" and 3/8, 197. That's in the jaw
Yeah.
range. Need an oops
It's a little
all
tall. No, it's a
SEC
little big. It's
draft.
a little bigger than Jaws. It's significantly bigger than Ja.
What was Job? 5'10" and
No. He was like 5'9" and an eighth. Like it was like real fringe. Yeah.
He was 5'10".
I don't think he was 5'10". Devin Marshall.
5'10" and a quarter, 196.
All right, fine. Point to Schyvinck.
We are pretty much exactly there, right? That's 1 inch. That's an eighth of an inch and a pound difference. Yeah. Yes. Rutledge is a dog. Okay.
I can't get it to load.
Because he don't want you to care about his stats. He wants you to care about they got that dog in him. There you go. Right guard on top of it, by the way.
Really solid pass blocker this year.
What else is there?
I'm struggling. My
What
computer's
else
struggling
is-
right here.
Oh no.
My mouse won't move.
Oh no.
This happened earlier.
Are we
as
cooked?
well. This happened earlier to me.
I'm gonna see if I can get to where we're exactly at.
Can you
I'm gonna see if I can get both those guys
irritated?
with a trade back. Right? You traded down.
I did.
Oh, Jake Golday's here though. Dang it.
Adam Huddle says, are the big corners now less likely for Green Bay, the 6'2" guys? They're
What?
just like in
Oh.
demand. Like you want a big corner, I got one for you. IGB.
All right, I got it.
IGB's a nice big corner for you. All right, so I am back
Make
online
sure.
now.
Okay,
We're cooking now.
we're on standby if we need to be. So
Man, I don't know why I'm frozen up again now. This is not good. Do you want to take me
Did you
off
do the
screen and
third
put yourself
pick?
on screen?
What was your third pick? Have you done one?
No, I've been trying to do it. Will you take me off screen and put you on screen?
Yes. Give me 1 second. So I adjust for.
Because I can't move my mouse over there.
Yep.
There, I got me off screen now.
Okay.
So maybe if I stop sharing, I'll get some more computing resources back.
Okay.
I don't know why it hates me today.
All right.
This is a new problem I've never had before.
All right. We got our boys here. We're at 108 though, not 101. So that kind of hurt us a little. But in this scenario, 101, we would have had Muhammad, but Will Lee would have been gone already.
Oh, Xavier Scott is there for you.
Wait. Didn't
We missed
PFF.
Jayshawn Barham.
PFF? Pretty sure. Or did Miles Scott go back? Maybe I could be wrong. That might be. Hold on. Sorry.
Now that I'm not sharing my screen anymore, it's like buttery smooth
Yes,
for me.
Xavier Scott did go back. Yeah, can't pick him. Yep, I thought so. Yes, I thought so. Yeah, twitchy fluid guys would be beneficial, but again, if we go, I mean, if you want to take over, you can, JJ. Otherwise, we're a similar-ish spot.
Let me try one more time
Devin
here because I
Marshall.
finally got Keelan Rutledge to load as well.
Man,
No,
nice.
it is not liking having me share. All right, permanently take me off.
Okay.
This is annoying.
All right.
See, I feel like what I need to do is
go-
reboot, but
let's
then
go here.
I can't do that midstream.
Let's go Keelan Rutledge for the culture. Right.
So we
Hard.
are a few picks in and still don't have a corner, so that is a little scary. Is Devin Marshall still there for you?
Of course. Yes.
Okay, so let's take Rutledge and then come back for Marshall.
Okay. Shouldn't be hard. We have 108 and 120.
Gannon and Babbage should be pretty happy with this draft.
Think so. Marshall's
Getting
next.
some Getting them some boys to play with you.
We still have 6 picks. So,
As it should be. As it should be.
I got 3 picks from the move back. I said, nah, I'm gonna drain your resources.
Can we
suckers?
Can we trade away all of our 7th rounders to move up into the 6th, please?
Where does the 6th end? 6th ends at like 216. So we probably don't even need to trade all of them.
But I want to anyways. I don't want 7th rounders.
All right, let me see what I can do for you.
See what is the most you can get for us with all of our 7th rounders. Because there's a lot of GMs who would not give up 1/6 for like 3/7. Howie's not doing it. Howie doesn't have it anyways. Chris says we need a 3-tech and a guard/center. Adam Huddle says we need a center.
We got the 3-tech.
Got our 3-tech and we got our guard in Rutledge. Rutledge is going to play right guard for us.
Center shouldn't be hard.
Now, here's the thing, so think about this. So the question is who's going to play left guard for us? Because in the mix, we kind of just have Belton
I know.
and Rutledge. Cage Casey. I'm all in on Cage Casey, I think.
Left guard to me.
So we really not going to have any corners. This is how you run it back.
No, but we got Marshall.
Valentine.
We got Marshall.
We
are Marshall. Okay. Damani.
I kind of like the idea of balancing out Marshall with IGB as well, though. We have the picks.
Is he there? No.
Oh, is he gone?
Yeah.
And Jermaine's not in the draft, so not that we really want.
This
Jermaine
is the backup
McDonald's.
nickel, by the way.
For us.
Yeah. This is
Frieden Stukes,
this
Arizona.
is your backup nickel by BT.
6'2", 200, redshirt senior.
Yeah. Which, hold on.
Get us. That's a little big for a nickel, isn't it? 6'2", 200. Isn't it a little bit big?
Hang on. Let me.
So I see you guys. We got 3 people in a row asking us to get a center. Here's the thing. Centers, kind of all over the place. You can find centers in a lot of places. So, yes, we should go and get a guy or 2 who can develop into centers here. It doesn't have to be early. You don't have a higher success rate going early at center. That's just not how it works. Most positions, that's true, but not center. So we can wait a little bit on center. Oh, are you fact checking their guesstimated height and weight?
Yeah, I don't know why I don't have it.
Drew, 5th round isn't early though. I know, but we don't have enough corners. We need corners. Do you want to watch Keisean again?
Yes. Who said that?
Drew wants to watch Keisean again.
Kennedy's
Le'Veon
small.
Moss. Le'Veon Moss is such a good name. That passes the name check.
This guy's small, by the way.
Jayden Kennedy at 5'11",
He's
185.
175 official measurement. Let me see about Damani.
Give him some cheeseburgers. Look,
Damani Jackson is 6 foot 0 and 5/8, 192.
Let's look at centers here for a minute. Let's see who's left that we can attack at center. Because I still want Cage Casey if he's available. We miss out on Cage Casey. Oh no, he's
No. He's in the tackle.
He listed at tackle.
Yeah.
Well, throw tackle on there as well because we don't want to rely on their interpretation of who's an inside guy. Yeah, Cage Casey. This would be really interesting if we did Keelan Rutledge, Cage Casey, and a center. You got 3 rookies on your interior.
Thoughts on Tollison? I've not watched Tollison. I'll be honest.
I haven't watched Tollison, and I don't even remember at all like what he looked like on paper, like prior to 3 seconds ago.
Whoa, is this real? 285? Better freaking not be.
He wants to play tight end.
It's the Penn State center there.
I'm drawing a blank on who Penn State center is.
Oh yeah,
Nick Dawkins.
he's here.
I will say, Penn State offensive linemen, I always tend to really like, and then they always
Well,
fall in draft.
Can Monk play? Maybe.
Doubt it. There is no evidence to suggest that he can play, despite us trading up for him twice. No, there is not a body of evidence that he can play.
I'm gonna keep our picks in the 7th. By the way, feel like we got to make some moves.
So I'm going to give you a shopping list. I want you to get Cage Casey. I want you to get
got to do that now.
I want you to get I'm drawing a blank on who else we wanted. It's Cage. Well, get Cage Casey now then.
Let's take Casey.
Look at corner real quick for us.
Yeah.
And then maybe running back as well.
Domani, obviously Devontae Smith, big fan.
He's great for Philly.
I know we like Devin Moore.
Can you go into safety real quick for a half second?
Yeah, of course. Huh.
Keep going down. Oh, Bud Clark. We like Bud Clark, do we not?
Yeah, absolutely love Bud Clark.
Just take him right here. Just do it. Just do it.
Bam, by the way. Slot, box, deep.
Just take it before the
Everything.
chat can get mad.
All right. Hold on.
Xavier Nwampa.
I'm just
Toledo guy's long gone. Take
Oh
take
no,
Bud.
yeah. Husky's interesting too, by the way. But I believe actually he's played more in the slot than I thought. Possible.
I think this is the first year.
I think Clark is a lot twitchier.
This is the first time in 8 years that I watched 0 Maryland games.
Well, we scouted Golden and a lot too. Well,
I watched some cut-ups of Cadillac Madness. I watched 0 games.
God, PFF. Get a clue. Get a clue, PFF.
He already went in the 3rd round.
Golden did?
I'm just joking.
Oh, I mean, he could. Gannon going to play 4 safeties? I mean... Okay, we didn't draft edge, right? And we want to do that.
I don't care for draft edge. Let's get
You don't?
Bud Clark. I told you how my next pick to be. There's always good edges. Every year. I'll live.
Not bad either. We talked about. Okay, let's. What are we?
Who's that Arizona guy you want? The Arizona corner?
Oh,
Is
Stooks.
he still available? Stooks, yes,
he
he's still
is.
available.
Yeah,
Go get us Bud Clark and then Stooks.
and Stooks.
And
Okay,
then-
so Stooks is also a slot guy, by the way.
You don't understand. We
This
need
is
to
one or
turn
the other.
over cornerback roster. We need
Yeah,
to
but
turn over.
he doesn't play at the boundary. We need boundary corners. Too, you know.
We also need.
I
inside
feel like
guys.
I feel like you either take Clark or Stooks. I don't think you take both.
Okay, well then you're the one who likes Stooks. Give me Clark. Give me my
Okay.
Clark.
All right. No, I have no problem taking Clark. I just want to make sure we know that.
Should we look at center?
Center.
Again? Grayson Halton's right there. That would be a fun.
I think we
pick.
have to do that. We can
Well,
take the
look,
Penn State center.
Before we do it, let's look at center.
No, center's chalked. Bryce Foster, maybe. Center's chalked anyway.
Do you like Davion Carter?
Yes, but also the fact that he's 6 foot on here.
I don't care about a short center. Short center is fine.
Well, no. He's a right guard. He has not played center. So
I don't know who I was thinking of then.
there is that.
I thought he was a center.
He is not.
Like I thought he was
Now-
projected
now-
center in this one.
Now,
Can you check how old is this guy? Can you go to first look?
doesn't say.
I think this dude is in his at least his 5th or 6th.
Yeah,
Actually,
but that means he's ready to play. That's all I'm.
No, I don't have a problem, especially at offensive line. I don't care. I'm just curious.
Let me see here.
No, well, he only played 4 seasons, so this was probably his 5th year, unless he sat for 2. He might have sat for 2 years. Played all 4 years at Kansas State.
He did redshirt in 21, but that was his first year.
Okay,
so he's a redshirt senior. Yeah, redshirt senior. So we could do that. I think we take Halton here.
Let's take Halton here.
I know we want run defenders, but like, I don't care. I want guys who get after it. Halton's had
a very southern draft.
Halton's had a great week, by the way, so far.
You know who doesn't like Halton? Brian Maffey.
Well, too bad. Brian Maffey doesn't like Delp either. Look where that's gotten him.
I'm still waiting to be talked into Delp. But take Halton.
Yeah, we're taking Halton for sure. Okay. Now.
Ooh. Oh man, wait. Right here, take Cole Payton. It's the 7th round. Just do it. We need Cole Payton. You could do a lot worse than Cole Payton.
There we've taken one corner, right?
Because every time I try to take a corner, you talk me out.
We've taken one corner, and we've taken no center.
A 7th round corner is not going to be the.
Not taking a center.
That's fine. Take Cole Payton.
So
first.
We're taking a center with one of those, and then another corner. So you want Cole Payton?
I don't care what you do with the other 2.
All right, cool.
7th rounders.
Cool, great. Thanks.
Take whoever you want with these last 2 picks.
Thank
it's 7th round. I don't care. I wanted Cole Payton. I think Cole Payton. What?
Help.
What? Steve, just take him. You like him. Just take him.
All right, hang on.
There's no reason not to take him. You got your center. Take Trayden Stukes. Oh, we do like him. We do like a BC wide receiver.
This might be the Reed replacement, folks.
Sounds about right. Replacing Reed with a 7th rounder. Why not? Yeah. I would take Stukes here, but
we have taken one corner. I think that's fine. Hold on. There are guys we could take here. Devin Moore we could absolutely take. Be responsible.
Can you go back? How tall is Devin Moore again? 6 foot.
6'3".
6'3". Take Devin Moore. This is it.
Yeah.
Either Stukes or Moore. This is the right
to take him. Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah. Bud Clark as your backup.
Should have drafted Elijah Surratt. Yeah, probably.
Smokes. This is a bunch of haters. That's all I'm seeing. Okay, like I'm pretty sure.
Are you tweeting this one or am I?
I'll tweet it. I don't care.
All right, you tweet it then.
I have zero shame.
No, I would tweet it, but I'm giving you the opportunity to tweet it first instead. I see. It's a good one. It's a good one for sure. Chris, thank you for sponsoring that mock draft. That was a fun one.
All right. What if we go completely insane? 10 minutes to go insane?
I don't know if you can do it in 10 minutes. You get so chatty during these.
I can go.
You can do it.
All right.
Ooh.
LT plays 3 tech for us, so we'll take him. These trades are rough.
Well, get us a good trade then. Is that the only one?
Yeah, anything can be bought. I don't care if you're interested or not, you turd. Okay? I really don't care if you're interested. I can force trades. Watch me.
Oh, I'm just realizing that the menu isn't showing up on screen for us. That's why it looks like there's nothing.
Yeah, I'm can do what I want. They're not interested in trading. Yeah, I don't care.
Oh, jeez.
Absolutely shove that. All right, now. You think you're not? You don't think you're trading with me, huh? Yeah, I don't think so, boss. I don't think
Got Obi-Wan Kenobi over here executing these trades.
I don't think so, boss. Thank you very much. All right.
Hey, it worked with
now,
Luka Doncic.
now everybody wants to trade. All right, cool.
It worked with Luka.
All right. We have 12 picks. All right, let's cook, folks. Time to cook. Okay, we have a lot of selections.
I'm not saying let's draft Max Clare, because let's not. But I will just say, we spent a lot of the year talking about how he was just an F. He rounded into a more complete picture at tight end this year. He turned into a decent blocker.
Yes, I think, and he has the frame to play with, right? And so that's especially good. Oh man, I'd be really tempting fate to do something like this.
You do whatever you want, man. This is your draft.
You do you, brother. All right, let's see. I
had to be out as soon as you were forcing the trades, so I want to see you cook with this one.
All right, I'll cook. Let me cook.
SGH is right there.
We might have to do the linebacker thing.
Could you imagine if the Packers traded back to 71 and then Jake Slaughter was sitting there and then they didn't take Jake Slaughter? You know how sad people would be?
Well, sometimes you got to be sad.
It's basically JSN all over again.
Sometimes you got to be sad, okay? I fear that's... All right, let's do... Fine. We'll do it. Take the center first.
I thought you were about to take Derek Moore. I
thought about it.
Conniption.
I thought about it.
I'm out on Moore.
All right, so we're gonna do Neil, unless I'm below. Well,
can you over to the left?
No, we're doing that.
Can you show your picks instead of full draft?
Yep.
All right, so for the first pick for Jake here, round 3, pick 71. Florida center Jake Slaughter. Round 3, pick 84. Texas Tech linebacker Jacob Rodriguez. We're now round 4, pick 106.
I feel like it's going to end
He's
up...
thinking about Tim Keenan. Now he's thinking about Bryce Lance, wide receiver out of NDSU.
Oh, man. Good times. Good times. Good times.
Even though Skylar Gill-Howard is sitting right there.
I think I'm going to do that, but I really hope.
Katron Allen.
I'm really hoping, man, we really fluffed up the corners, bro. It's all right. I know what we're doing.
He missed up all corners.
We're
taking Texas Tech, 3 Tech, Skylar Gill-Howard, who I think is going to be an absolute stud in the NFL. Now with round 4, pick 120, we're taking Davison Igbinosun, IGB.
I just realized we got 3 picks in the next 17. All right, very cool. That's very.
He's going to stack them. Stack.
All right, we're good on DT for now because I know what we're doing there. Offensive line.
Ooh, Keisean.
I love how we have now started to really repeat, guys.
Well, it's what you like to do, and then you suck me in.
Well, that's fair.
Daryl says Gannon produced the 3 safety package.
I'm taking it.
Drew says I did a mock where I got D'Angelo Pons, Julian Neal, Maxi Anachor, Daquan Wright. Jake, who's Daquan Wright? I don't know that name.
It's a tight end from Mississippi.
Logan Fano, Bryce Foster, Noah Whittington, Jeremiah Wright. Thoughts? What do you think about that draft, Jake?
I am in on. So, yeah.
If you're not in on Pons,
you're
blind.
You're not sure. I keep biffing that. Daquan Wright's interesting. I feel like he's Kyle Pittsy in deployment, which is losing its value a little bit, but I'm okay with Pons and Neal is pretty sick. Fano's interesting, kind of in that Kingsley mold of isn't exceptional at something, but is well rounded. Foster at center's nice. No, Whittington's sweet. Jeremiah Wright, Not really much of an opinion at the moment, actually.
What does he play?
Jeremiah Wright.
Jeremiah Wright.
Hold on.
I don't know who he is.
Is he what I'm thinking of? He might not be even on this. Is he what I'm thinking of? Yeah, okay.
Guard
He is a
Auburn.
guard. Okay, that's right.
Middle of the pack run blocker and pass blocker. Better in zone than in gap, but it's both of them are kind of mid.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you could do worse in the 7th round than a guy like that.
can.
Oh, shit. By the way, Jake, did you notice that all of the tight ends that we liked in last year's class were really sweet this year?
We took Gadsden a ton in mocks.
We were
last off.
we batted like 1,000.
We took Gadsden so
tight end.
much. That's what I'm telling you. Let me cook. We have one lineman. That's right.
Yeah, by the way, for the audio only crowd, Jake took one other guy so far, and it was in the 5th round. He took cornerback Devin Marshall out of NC State, and then he just took Ndame Tucker, edge, Western Michigan.
Yep.
Daryl Azian says
Gotta do the
PTA Packer fan total access was pretty high on D'Angelo Pons or Julian Neal, and he's so good. Oh no, Drew said Jeremiah Wright is a guard from Auburn, and he's so good.
Yeah, that's the other thing. O-line, you need to really check yourself, too, because sometimes not a good zone runner. But
Chris says, what do you guys think about Pons, 5'9", 180 pounds, and Goot drafting him? So here's the thing. Like, this is obviously going to be
going to draft him, but
it's going to be the whole thing with Pons is that he's tiny. And so, you know, a lot of people are going to be out on him because of that. Here's the thing. You can watch him play against big guys, including Jeremiah Smith, the best football player in the entire country. He holds up. He's fine. He will be good in the NFL.
All right.
So would Goot take him? Probably not. But Goot has some unspoken rules that I don't like. So Drew says, no, I mean Gadsden is so good. Yeah, he is.
Oh, yes. We took him. I can't even remember how many times we took Gadsden in these dang mocks last year.
Well, we liked the LSU guy, Mason. We liked Gadsden. We liked
Ferguson.
Oh, yeah, we liked him. Obviously, not Cole Kmet. What's the Michigan guy who went to Chicago? What's his name? Colson Loveland.
Don't you dare say that name.
All right, Jake took 2 more picks in the 5th round, 158. He took tight end Oscar Delp out of Georgia, one of his favorites. And in the 6th round, 186, he took Fayalile Fayamoe, tackle Wake Forest. Where is he playing for the Packers? Is he playing at tackle?
Right guard.
Right guard. We're replacing. Why can't I never remember the guy's name? Anthony Dalton. Adam Huddle says last year's tight end class was good. It was good. It was very good. We liked it a lot.
All right.
There were also a couple of guys
I need you for consultation.
Who were highly drafted, like BGSU's dude Harold Fannin, who went to the Browns. And who was the other guy? It was the Penn State guy who went to the Colts.
Tyler Warren, yeah.
Tyler Warren. I forget. Did Tyler Warren end up having a really good year? Because Fannin had a good year.
Yeah. Warren had a good year.
So it was like even the guys who we had questions about because they were kind of just pure receivers and not blockers, like they still had good years.
Yeah, Fannin and Gadsden did well as receivers, even though Gadsden, they kind of aligned him as a Y, but he would just kind of stretch the field out from that spot. He did really well. Fannin, they moved him all over. He was kind of like an H-back receiving tight end, right? Like they did that a lot with him, and he did very well. The only thing Mason Taylor didn't really do well last year was force any missed tackles. It's tough when that's the case. So we didn't have the best year, but JJ, consultation. I think we can get Halton at 236. So with that in mind, would you go Thompson or Benny right here? Do I have a backup in case we don't get him?
Can I see Thompson? Can you pull that up?
Sure.
Decently high run defense
He's
grade.
more of the foil These guys are more the foils to Gil Howard and Halton both.
Can you look at their estimated size for him?
So we should have actually. Hold on.
6'6", 310. I've been spinning up my draft database.
Hang on. Let me get you Thompson's.
So that's going to be pretty soon. That's going to be ready to start using on these streams, which will be really nice.
James Thompson was 6'5" and a quarter, 301.
Probably James Thompson would be my lean.
Benny
I'm
was
not
in the
really
290s, by the way.
I'm not really a Benny guy, so I'm probably leaning Thompson here.
Thompson.
I like Grayson probably better than either of them at this point, but it's only January.
Watch this.
Cole Payton.
Shoot. That's unfortunate. I thought we
Told you I was taking Grayson.
I thought we were going to get it done there. That's all right. We got Gil Howard. It's not like we took the first DT there.
This is true. This is true. Well, we
good.
better not in the 6th round. Adam Huddle says, any crazy size surprises so far from the All-Star games? I mean, you like besides Diego Pavia being the height that we thought he was because our eyeballs told us rather than the height he said he was.
Let me see here.
Diego Pavia said he was like either 6 foot or 6'2". I think he said he was 6 foot, and then he was like 5'9" and 1/8.
So just because we took him,
no, 5'9" and 7/8.
Keelan Rutledge 6'3" and 3/8, 316. Llewellyn came in a little bit smaller than expected, 255. The edge rusher from Iowa. Jennings Dunker, a lot of people think he might be end of round 1. He is 6'4" and 7/8, 320. I've got Jolie from North Carolina State, the tight end, 6'3", 251. He doesn't look that big when he's out there. Grayson Halton, who we like, 6'2" and a half, 293. Zane Durant, a guy I'm really interested in, really explosive defensive tackle from Penn State. He was 6'0" and 7/8, 290. The Goody special, Dennis Sutton.
Deny
Dennis Sutton, 6'5" and 3/8, 268. You already know.
I really like Dennis Sutton.
You already know he's on the radar. Romello Height, I think, was a big one, right? Where he's 6'2" and 3/8, 234. The edge rusher.
Oh, that's Height's height?
It's Height's weight. It's 234. Weight's height and Height's
I've
weight.
always wondered what
Oh,
Height's height was. Lee
Hunter, I know a lot of people, we love him, right? 6'3" and a half, 320. Tucker did not measure, so that's notable. We'll have to keep an eye on that
Tucker,
one for the combine.
Who Tucker?
Tucker, the guy I took in this mock.
Oh, yeah, Western Michigan. Yep,
yes.
there he is.
A couple others, just because we're looking at like defensive tackles. Tim Keenan was 6'1" and an eighth, 332. LT Overton, who might be able to maybe convert to 3-tech. Really good run defender. 6'2" and 3/4, 278. Also really twitchy for his size at 278. So something to monitor there. Yanacho we really like from Arizona State. 6'5" and 5/8, 325. Julian Neal, 6'1" and a half, 202. No surprise there. The guy I was talking about to replace Jayden Reed, Lewis Bond, 5'11", 197 from BC. Just as a heads up. Big one too, Jack Kelly. If we're looking at linebackers from BYU, 6'1" and an eighth, 246. Big. What else? Dalen Everett, who I think is probably somebody, again, should be probably on Green Bay's radar, right? 6'0" and 7/8, 193. Keelan Black, really nice runner from Indiana. Again, we got to keep tabs on all these positions. You never know what Green Bay is going to do. He was 5'9" and 3/4, 208. I mentioned Rashan Benny, 6'3", 296. Chris McClellan, a guy I'm pretty sure I'm going to take here with one of these 3 picks from Missouri, 6'3" and 3/8, 315. We've talked about Zion Young, right? JJ is, potential edge rusher in that 50 range, 6'5" and a quarter, 262. This looks pretty good there. Your guy, blocking tight end, you want some of those? Will Kasmerick, 6'5", 262. No surprise there. He's a big dude. IGB, 6'2", 192. What else? Malik Muhammad, I think another important one to monitor as well. 5'11" and 7/8, 183. So tall enough to make an exception. Can he put on some weight? Don't know. But those are some notables for sure. If we didn't ask that question, we definitely would have been done. All right.
So
let me make my 3 picks.
Rapid fire these last 3, and then I want to answer one question, and we got to get out of here because we are nearing the 3.5 hour mark.
Yep. Okay. All right. We're gonna take Micah Morris, guard.
By the way, I have a speaking engagement thing that I have to do pretty soon.
McClellan?
And I got to talk for like 20, 30 minutes in there. And I've been like preparing for it and thinking like, man, like, can I get up there and talk for half an hour? Like, it just feels like a long time. And I keep remembering that we do a 3-hour average podcast every single week. And I'm like, I could probably do this for an hour. It's probably gonna be fine.
I should have drafted Trinidad Chambliss instead, apparently.
You're such an idiot for doing that.
Yeah.
All right, so scroll down to the bottom. So your final 3 picks here were Micah Morris, guard out of Georgia, Chris McClellan, D tackle out of Mizzou, and wide receiver Lewis Bond out of Boston College.
Whoa, no. Bond. Lewis Bond.
Is there like a dorkier name that you could have if you're trying to be like a secret agent? It's Lewis, but it's not even like spelled like the French way. It's Lewis.
Yeah.
It's like Bond, Stanley Bond. That's about the only thing you could do.
Stanley, yes. Okay, non-Bond division. Who sounds like the secret agent of all these guys? Well, all right. No.
Jake Slaughter. Faux show. Jake Slaughter.
Oh, man. I just realized we took a Jake and a Jacob to start this draft. Did not even think about that when it happened.
Hey, but
to be honest.
I mean, it would be terrifying, though, to like be wishing Jake Slaughter to overcome the Jake curse.
It's true.
Okay,
3
so
DTs,
I want
2 corners, 3 offensive linemen, a tight end and a receiver, and a linebacker. Like, come on, man.
I want to answer a comment here before we hop off. So Daryl says there were not a lot of standout rookie D tackles this season, just a few. This is true. This has actually been true for the last 2 years. So this past year, the highest graded rookie D tackle was Walter Nolan. He only played 169 total snaps because he was hurt a lot of the year.
For the culture.
Then we had Mason Graham with 765 snaps for Cleveland. He was like what the number 3 or number 5 overall pick, somewhere like that. He had a good season ish. And that was kind of it. Like Tyleik Williams was like fine for Detroit, not great. That's about it. Jamari Caldwell for the Chargers played over 500 snaps, and he was like okay, but stunk at tackling. Then if you look at last year, it was Tavondre Sweat with 700 snaps for Tennessee. He had a good season, and that was it. There was nobody else who turned in a good rookie season. Now, you might think to yourself, hey, does that mean that that's just how it goes with rookie defensive tackles? Like, because it is one of the hardest positions to learn to play at a high level in the NFL. That is true. There is certainly a development curve. Number one, like just getting there with the mental aspect of what you're asked to do in the NFL versus in college, but also just the physical side as well. And I really wondered if this was going to be a difference we were going to see with college getting so much older. Chris says Derek Harmon for the Steelers. Yeah, so Derek Harmon. Yeah, he didn't have a good rookie season. Significantly, let's see. He is ranked 2 spots behind Ty Robinson, who I liked a lot, who went to Philly. But Robinson only played 100 snaps. Derek Harmon played 490, but he was bad across the board via PFF.
Here's the good news. Yeah, so
wide
were you...
receivers. Are you showing us wide receivers?
Huh?
Before you guys too off track, I want to wrap it up with my. Right. So I went back to 2023. 2023, there were a lot of guys who hit, and they hit at a much higher rate, or like a not higher rate. Their highs were a lot higher than in 24 and 23. So the best guy in 24 was Devondre Sweat. The best guy in 25 was Walter Nolan.
Wait. I need to think about
so
this.
Those two guys
that's
would
Carter's
have
draft.
both been at least the 4th or worse guy in 23. In 23, the best guy was Jalen Carter.
Okay, so Carter was the best. Okay. All right.
Who were the next two? The number 2 guy was kind of right there neck and neck with Carter, but he played 130 more snaps. West Coast.
West Coast. Oh, that's Kobe. Kobe Turner.
It is Kobe Turner for the Rams.
Yes, that's right. It was like a
all right. Do you remember who the third guy was? He played 500 snaps.
Oh, well, I was going to say Ojomo, but I don't think he played 500.
So Ojomo, who I freaking loved, he only played 68 snaps. Okay. He was very good, and he's continued to be really good.
Boy, who else was in that class, man? It'd be funny if it was Wooden. I don't think it's Wooden.
I'm going to give you... It's not
I'll
Wooden.
Tell you, I know who it's not for sure. It's not Brzee. I guarantee that. That is no question.
It's not.
It's not Tommy.
AFC North. AFC North.
Benton was that good? Year one?
Keanu Benton.
Wow.
516 snaps, 76.9 overall grade, 82.6 pass rush grade.
Were they all better pass rushers? I mean, I would think so. Maybe not Turner. Maybe Turner.
They were all better pass rushers except for Ojomo. But there's one more guy in the top 5 in between Benton and Ojomo. He played 440 snaps.
It's not Colby. It's not Carl.
It's not Colby.
Is it actually Carl? It's Carl Brooks.
It's Carl Brooks.
Oh my gosh.
Carl Brooks. Yep.
Your tone shifted, so I'm like, it sounds Packery.
Yeah, it was the hint. It was the hint.
It sounded Packery. Because now I'm trying to think who else was even in that class. Like I think Javon Dexter was in that one, right?
Yeah, Dexter was bad.
Dexter and Pickens were both Bears picks, I think, right? Pickens was as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Pickens was not in the top 30.
That was a Cansey draft too. Yeah, Kalijah Cansey.
What the heck is Pickens? Oh, so Kalijah Cansey
right?
was bad. Zach Pickens was bad. Mozzie Smith was awful.
Yes.
Brian Brzee was awful. DJ Mustipher was awful. Adetomiwa Adebawore was the lowest graded.
Okay, so
he played 100 snaps. He was the lowest graded defensive tackle in that rookie class.
That's not too surprising.
Terrific.
I
liked him a lot, but he was kind of a combine freak.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Nolan was awesome. That Dallas game, my gosh, Nolan was cooking. Wait.
All right, you get
60
seconds.
I get 60 seconds. 1, this mock draft was sick. I hope you saw it. 2, wide receivers against press coverage. This is updated through championship week. So percentage of routes you faced against man press coverage is all the way to the right. And then your yards per route run against press coverage is up here on the vertical axis here. So you notice Jalen Coker over 4 yards per route run against press, faced it in about, 17% of snaps. Puka Nacua, about 18% of snaps. He was over 3 yards per route run. And the other guy over 3 yards per route run against press coverage, Mr. Matthew, gonna be golden. Okay. I can't tell you the excitement that I have for year 2. Okay. I cannot tell you. Perfect way to finish this sucker.
I have an ask everybody who made it. Look, we still have about 150 people watching at this point. Appreciate you guys for still being on here. Please share this show with a friend.
Go to YouTube,
Right.
hit the thumbs up button too. And
Yeah, hit the
subscribe.
thumbs up button so you can see the it turn into a football. Send the video to somebody else. Share it on social media, please.
Yeah.
We
Where
want to grow the show.
else-
We really do.
Where else will we talk about energy drinks, make tier lists, talk about Georgia Peaches and the goof cart chick, tried to kill
We
Ryan
do this
Day.
for 3 hours
Okay.
every week,
Where else are you going to get?
and we'd like it to grow faster. All right. At one point, when we were on the old YouTube channel, we had easy access to a nice big audience of several thousand subscribers. We've been trying to rebuild it for a year. The regrowth has been slow. Please help us reach more eyeballs. We really like it. And I want to wish you a blessing. All right. In the words of the late, great Tucker Kraft, who's in a better place. Thank you all for watching. Go Pack